sandwich. I got a bowl of pretzels. I have 2 M&M's cookies, and I have a full liter of Coke that's almost flat.
Good. Hey, I got a surprise for you, Brandon.
Okay,
Drop,
what it be?
drop your character token onto the map.
Okay, on the map.
Now right-click it. Hit that multi-sided and go to choose side.
Okay.
You could toggle between your Ythryn form and your bear form.
Oh,
delightful.
sick! Look at that.
Very cool.
Very nice.
Oh, wow, whoa, wait, what?
So y'all know about the company Rainbow?
Nope.
Nope.
They sell vacuums and air purifiers. And like they just sell them to you. They don't recruit you for anything. But everything they do just gives off timeshare vibes. So like somebody just posted this in like a Greek Facebook page, and it was like, anyone interested in opening their home for a free rainbow demonstration needs to be a couple, and you will get a free 2-night stay at your choice of hotel, allowing Rainbow to do a demo at your home.
See, that sounds sus as fuck.
Yeah, that sounds...
We're also going to shoot a porno there.
We
Yeah.
probably promise we won't have sex on your bed.
Don't
Well,
read the fine print.
my sister had this exact like company thing happen when like she went to what are they called, farmers market, and they were like, put your name in a raffle and you'll get a free air purifier. So she put her name in the raffle and got a free air purifier. And she thought they were just going to be delivering it to her house and like showing her how to use it. But no, they delivered it to the house, showed her how to use it, and then spent the next like 30 minutes trying to get her to give up 5 of her friend contacts so that they could contact them about the rainbow air purifier as well. And like they were not taking no for an answer, even though she's like, I don't like giving out my friends' phone numbers without their permission. I don't want to, do this. And they're like, but it's free. And she's just like, I'm getting bad vibes.
That's when you just give fake numbers. Or numbers of people you don't like.
That's what I did in primary school when girls would ask for my phone number. I was like, here's my best friend's number. Leave me alone.
Yeah, well, like the air purifier, it works pretty good. I use it now. And she eventually pulled the "this is my house" card, and if I don't want you to be here, you have to leave.
How do I edit my spell save DC? Because it should be 1 higher because of this stupid weapon, but I don't know how to change it.
Shit. There is a way to do it.
You should be able to go into...
The secret is usually behind that cogwheel.
Yeah, I know. I'm there now, and I'm like,
global magic attack modifier probably would be and also spell save DC mod. You just set both of those to 1, or however much it gives you.
Where?
So Isaac,
It's top left.
I expect you're basically familiar with how Desiree would describe a frantic day at work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was basically my night.
Oof.
Happy birthday, bud.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, is it your birthday?
It sure be.
I genuinely forgot. I'm sorry.
I saw it and was like, I
Me
won't
and
post anything
Brandone's
on
birthday
Facebook.
are close.
Yeah.
I said I won't post anything on Facebook because I want to tell him in person.
Yeah, that's what you said.
I did.
You did. It's true. Yeah, Emily's birthday is on Skyrim Day.
Hey, nice.
Also,
Yeah,
the day World
What's
War
older,
One ended,
Emily or
but
Skyrim?
Me.
It's fine. I was born on February 24th, February 24th, which is also the birthday of the Nazi Party.
If you had to pick 2 between Skyrim, Emily, and the end of World War One, which would you pick? I'd pick Skyrim and Emily.
I would pick Emily twice.
Wow.
I'd probably pick the end of World War One because that one was pretty important.
Well, I share a birthday with JonTron, so I share a birthday with a
Woo!
Nazi.
Technically speaking,
I'm so
if
glad I was
World War-
recording when you said that.
No, wait!
I'm just saying, if World War One never ended, we couldn't have World War Two.
Which we probably
Big brain.
shouldn't have had. You know,
So I'm
I
just
don't,
saying.
I don't think that it's a World War wouldn't have happened if World War One didn't happen. I think it would have just been very different.
World
World
War
War
One was
1.5.
best war when there basically weren't any automatic weapons yet.
Also, Isaac, you don't have to worry about me about knowing whether I'm playing games or not during D&D anymore, because I'm now addicted to Super Auto Pets, and it's a browser game.
Oh
So,
my god.
Well, I mean, I just know, so.
I mean, you can just assume, but you'll never have proof anymore.
What the fuck did you say it's called? Super autoerotic asphyxiation pets?
No.
No, I did not say that actually.
Those words did not leave my mouth.
Let me double check something here. I'm just making sure I've calculated my everything correctly here. So I have 5 intelligence. So +5, +4 from proficiency. Then I have +1 from that wand. From the Whizzle.
Yeah, I was scheduled to work on my birthday for like 2 weeks. I was like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna do everything on the Monday. So I had a lovely supper and stuff yesterday.
Hooray.
Yeah, I was gonna work on my birthday because I always work on my birthday, and then I learned that the company I'm working with doesn't work on my birthday because they're based out of Canada, and apparently most people don't work on Remembrance Day in Canada.
They're
This
too
was
busy
news to me.
remembering.
Well, it's Veterans Day in the United States, and the United States is just like, all right, you gotta go to work, but also everyone is going to tell you their war stories.
Now, would you shame me if I told you I don't remember when Remembrance Day is?
It's the 11th.
It's one of my 10 days off a year.
Yeah, because you work in
Federal
government.
holidays.
That good government. Man,
Whereas I work in private companies, and they can just decide that we never get holidays off, and that's their business.
Man,
Dude, the union and management are freaking out because we're in contract negotiations, and where they made Juneteenth the new federal holiday, they're like, how the fuck do we figure this into benefit package? They get an extra day of paid? What the fuck is this?
so
The answer is yes.
Yeah,
It's a federal holiday.
+1.
So there's this thing where the employees that don't get paid for holidays, their hourly wage is higher to make up for not getting the paid holiday. So now the union is arguing, well, since they're getting an extra paid holiday, the non-holiday paid people should get a pay raise. And management's like, no.
Well, it's like, how much of a pay raise are you going to get for one day?
It equates out to like 17 cents an hour.
Just give them a pay
Not
raise.
a bad pay raise, but like, not a good pay raise either.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it because I get the paid holiday, which I'm fine with. I'd rather have the paid holiday, so.
Also,
Yeah.
speaking of birthdays, I saw the pictures and stuff from Laney's, and my god, Em and Tyler, you guys are looking great.
I'm fat as
Thank
hell.
you.
What are you talking about?
My hair was very greasy that day. Oh my god. I was like shocked when Tyler's mom was like, pictures in the middle of the fucking Texas Roadhouse, and I was just like,
Man,
I would
y'all
have
two are great.
tried. Oh my god, Texas Roadhouse does this birthday thing. I had never seen the birthday tradition at Texas Roadhouse.
The
They come
yeehaw?
out of the kitchen hooting and hollering. Then they have a saddle on rollers,
Whoa.
and they get the birthday person out of their booth to sit on the saddle with rollers as they tell everybody to give their biggest Texas-sized yeehaw, and then everybody in the place yeehaws. And this happened
I'd
like
kill
every
somebody.
5
I'd
minutes.
kill somebody.
See,
Yeah,
I heard the
I-
yeehaws. I heard the yeehaws, but I did not see that Tyler's sister was on a fucking saddle.
Yeah,
I
if you
would
look,
actually murder
it-
somebody.
Was
if
she
you-
mentally and emotionally prepared for that?
No.
she was like, okay, fine. And I was
She was
telling her,
doing it for her mom.
yeah, it was mostly for mom. Let me tell you, fucking, it is crazy how many birthdays were going on in that place that night.
Oh yeah, every 5 minutes. The video is the one that you're gonna want to look at, where lady, like, you can see like the front of the saddle that she's like balancing on, and it's just like.
Where you can see the moment where she actually broke inside.
Well, you want to know something crazy about how many fucking birthdays were going on in that place? Do you know why? It's because November is 9 months after February.
Yeah,
and I had
Valentine's babies.
And I had to, like, I told Lainey, I was like, I just put something together, and she's like, no, I've known for a little while now, I think.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
Okay,
I'm just
so
waiting
let's
for
see.
Harrison to piece that together.
to the day. No, it's February 15th is Valentine's Day, or is it February 14th? It's 14th, right? 14th is is Valentine's Day. They estimate the 9 months based on time of conception, and I was estimated to be November 18th. That's pretty damn exactly.
I can say with 100% certainty Harrison is a Valentine's Day baby, because I definitely did not have sex 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after Valentine's Day.
I have a buddy.
Some people know the exact day.
I have a buddy who I don't know what we got on this topic where we were just like, we got on this topic where we were tracing back, like, you know, what we were, and I was like, oh, I must have just been like a summer vacation baby or whatever. But we traced back my buddy Blondie. I call him Blondie because his name is also Tyler. His birthday to like some random date, and we kept that date in mind, but we never talked about it again. And then later we were like, so we were talking about 9 Inch Nails for some reason. And for some reason, he was like, wait a minute, when did that album come out? His conception date is almost guaranteed to be the day that the song Closer was released.
I'm a honeymoon baby.
See, my dad's birthday is 9 months before mine.
Nice.
Oof.
We should start a trend of celebrating conception days in addition to birthdays.
Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm good on that front, actually, bud.
Your parents.
I'm not gonna go asking my parents in detail. Do you remember the exact date that I was conceived? Because that's none of my fucking business.
It's like a bunch of Irish kids have Christmas birthdays.
Yep.
My dad has a 2-day after Christmas birthday.
That is St. Patty's Day for sure.
Irish Bayou represent.
Yeah, he is from the Irish Bayou.
Let's see.
I don't know. I think that it was Granny was 19, freshly married, and that's what you did in the 1950s.
Yep.
Oh, Contagion sounds like a terrible spell. Like terrible for the recipient.
Okay, yeah, no, Contagion's fucking awesome, actually.
I can just make people sick.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, man, my fucking fortune-telling feature is really overloaded. And that's my entire thing, is that, like, the witch base class is fine, but the subclasses are really over-designed. But I say that even though I have, like, this roll 3 times on a D20 chart, but then fucking Contagion's over here looking like this, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's not that bad. My 6th level spell is Circle of Death. It kills things.
Well, these are just the ones I get from my class. I get Contagion and Cloud Kill.
I get...
I took my spell, which I've already used, was, no, I haven't used it yet. I took Maelstrom.
I don't actually have any class-specific 6th level spells.
Alright.
I wonder if it's
So-
spells.
Some housekeeping before we get started.
Okay.
First, just so you know, pretty much every one of these locations has a map marker. There are some where it gets a little cluttered, like over here, where there's only 1 or 2. But like if it's open, stuff like this, where it's pretty obvious, like standalone, it probably has a map marker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for reference, there are 30 some map markers on this map. Like so pretty much everything has a point you can visit.
Right.
That being said, it also gives suggested travel time, just for ease of keeping track. Every location to travel as well as visit is going to take an hour. So
Okay.
at the end of every location, it'll be an hour.
And speaking of time and such, I actually have misplaced the note where I had my current height. I think it was like 11'7", but I don't fucking remember.
That's fine.
You
Because
are
that would
really
only
big.
give you another 10 feet to max out anyway. But the way that it starts, let me pull that up. You start. Your next foot is when you hit 20. So at 12 you'll hit a strength of 20. 15 you'll hit a strength of 22 or 21. 18 will be 22, and 21 is 23.
Jesus.
Okay, I won't remember that, but
So
I
I
mean,
assume we like actually start like here. on
Yep,
the
you are on the ice bridge. Yep.
I'm gonna move Spooky back here. You know, I actually did have a token ready that was just all four of us in one little token, and then Ulrin happened, and so I was like, well, I have to throw this one out.
would you like to tell M what the group token was for exploring the plains of strife?
Oh, she knew. The Pillarman.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I told her about shit that was happening in Theros whenever Theros was happening.
Yeah, what Tyler does is he plays D&D, and he closes the door between our rooms so that I can have some quiet, and I'll eventually, like, start falling asleep, and then the door will open, he goes, "Hey, Emily!" And it's like, something has happened.
It's just fun. I'm sorry. I have fun playing with my friends.
How dare you?
Did you know that fun is a sin?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I went to
Yeah.
church. Fun's a sin.
Oh, you're not even Catholic, and they told you that.
No, they never
No,
told
no.
me that, because I'm not Catholic.
No offense.
Protestants are allowed to have fun most of the time, unless you're talking, like, really, really fundamental Protestants,
Hey,
and then it's
we-
like,
We can
No
have
smile.
fun. We just have to be guilty about it.
Right. Yeah, like I
those
know.
parenting books that are like, there is nothing worse than a child who is silly. And I'm like, you ever met a child? That's just how they are.
Yeah,
They'll like fart and then laugh hysterically, and it is funny, and I can't not encourage it.
Yeah, Isaac, I know you're like, doing the whole conversion thing, and I'm hoping that's working out for
It
you.
is done. It is done.
So,
Except then we got married before we can get our marriage blessed because my annulment from my previous marriage didn't go through yet because that's still waiting on that. So I got converted, and like 2 months later, I'm back in bad standing until the annulment comes through.
yeah, like I hope that goes good, and whenever I badmouth Catholicism, it's not in
No,
bad
it's all
faith
good.
with you.
I don't have any qualm with people that have their opinions on religion.
Okay.
So you're good.
I had a really, really bad time. Confirmation camp was one of the worst experiences of my entire life.
Didn't you get a PlayStation out of it, though?
No, I did not get a PlayStation out of confirmation camp. I forgot when I got that PS3.
Dude, fucking nothing's better than the confirmation camp that a girl I went to volleyball with went to, because she had to sign all these waivers before she could go to it, because this part of the confirmation was reenacting the death of Christ, like hanging up the children by their arms. And it was a privilege to be hung up by your arms. It was like straps. They didn't nail your hands into the wood or anything. But they're like, feel the pain of Jesus on the cross. And I'm like, y'all are 15. This is a crazy camp. Most camps I hear of are just like, yeah, and then we went and learned in depth about Catholicism and decided our place in the religion. And this other camp is just like, feel the pain.
Yeah,
God,
whenever
could you imagine they nail your hand to a board?
I remember at confirmation camp, there was this one part where they literally got a pastor from like not a pastor, a fucking like an actual up priest from like the Vatican,
Oh, one of the big boys.
Yeah, like they got a not a bishop. No, not a cardinal, but like I think like one step below a bishop or something. They got someone who was like in charge of our diocese. And they got him to talk to anyone. They literally came to us and said, "Has anyone ever had gay thoughts?" Basically, and then they got everyone who said yes, put them in a trailer and talked to them for about
burn those.
Yeah,
just burn them.
They talked to them for about 4 hours, and what I can only assume is one of the most intense Pray the Gay Away sessions that has ever been committed in this parish. So that was fun. That and all the guilt tripping, making us watch Passion of the Christ, which is a god-awful movie that is like barely an excuse of cinema. It's literally just fucking it's a goddamn snuff film is what it is.
Man, like I remember everybody talking about like their religion teachers, because everybody I knew went to a religious school. All their religion teachers making them watch The Passion of the Christ, and I'm like, y'all want to know what my religion teacher does? He put on Toy Story because it was the DVD that was in his desk.
My true religion is Buzz.
We weren't allowed to watch live streams anymore because we watched one live stream of a car chase, and it was that car chase that Fox News didn't cut away fast enough when the guy killed himself. So the entire class watched the man shoot himself on live TV. It was bad. So we couldn't watch live streams, so we just watched Toy Story on repeat when we finished the lesson early.
Jesus Christ.
That's what he said.
Boy, I'm glad that the only thing that happened in my confirmation camp was I got bullied. Y'all.
See, I grew up Baptist, so all we had to do was, yep, I'm saved.
Dude, my family has oscillated between Catholic and Baptist before. It's a really fun time at Christmas.
Emily, I have a question.
And I'm just a godless heathen, so I just grew up like playing Animal Crossing and shit.
Well, like my dad's brother and his wife.
Let's try not to make this one too long because we've been.
No, sorry. I'm gonna finish So my dad's brother and his wife are Catholic. My dad's sister and her husband are Baptist, and my other family is really fundamentalist. And so Christmas is a time when we can all agree on one thing, but we don't go on the specifics.
So I have Nyx ready up to level 12. Emily, Pestilence, has her 10th and 11th level abilities in her sheet. We just haven't got them yet. I have one question. Okay. I have one question. Survival or animal handling? Oh my god. What would you like for her?
Survival.
Got it. She now has survival proficiency because
we...
for some
so
reason.
I know we're gonna have stuff prepped, but are we still level 9?
Yeah, we're still level 9. It's just like I think Isaac says the leveling is gonna happen kind of fast, so just have them ready. Yeah, fucking. I like how Tasha's decided all of a sudden that barbarians just need to be skill monkeys because at level 10, Pestilence will have proficiency in acrobatics, athletics, intimidation, nature, perception, performance, and survival. Literally everything on the barbarian card except for animal handling.
Huh.
Like that's almost as many as rogues.
Barbarians are just good at everything except magic. Don't ask for magic.
That's why you multi-class into druid like me.
I am.
Can you fucking imagine if I didn't have druid levels and I pulled the spear out and I was like, well, I guess I'm 24 feet tall forever now. Can't wild shape out of this.
Yeah, we would definitely be like force feeding you some sort of like curse cure, trying to see if it did anything.
Yeah.
Lesser or greater restoration or whatever. Yep.
I am kind of considering spooping Spooky over to a different, like to a wizard or something, because I kind of think that necromancy just works. What with her whole kind of change in attitude, but I also kind of I'm thinking of possibly divination, but I don't want to just pop in divination, which is divination wizard, which is possibly one of the best subclasses in the entire game, just out of nowhere. So I'm thinking also just going back to her roots and making her a grave cleric. But I also don't want to like give her that D8 hit die either. I feel like I hadn't earned that. I feel like I should keep her squishy. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
Don't ask me. It's your call.
I know, I'm just voicing things out here. I think this version of Spooky doesn't. This version of Spooky isn't very anti-undead, as the original was. The original one was like a devout priestess of the Raven Queen. This one's more of like, that's weird.
No,
That's fine.
this one has brought somebody back, so like,
Yeah.
you have to be at least a little okay.
Littlest asshole.
I mean, I could fucking make her a death cleric. That'd be fun, but
fuck?
it's so different.
You shithead.
Well, she does have like a shitload of religious
Alright, I'm back.
symbols and stuff already.
Yeah, sorry. I think Desiree is getting what I had last night, so I had to go find the puke bucket for her.
Oh no.
Uh,
That was a foreign concept to me, because my parents always were just like, just make it to the toilet. Whereas when I went to a friend's house when they weren't feeling good, they're like, oh yeah, here's the bucket we keep in our house. We use it only for puke. And I'm just like, that's genius.
That is a foreign concept to me, because I mean, we just use the garbage cans.
Yeah.
I mean,
My
that's
mom would
essentially
just
what it is.
prefer-
It's just like an office. It's just like an office garbage can that you know is specifically for puke. And then once you're done, you bleach it, and it goes into storage until we puke again.
we would just take a small, lesser used trash can, line it with some plastic bags from Walmart, and then throw the plastic bags away.
Yeah,
My parents cleaned up a lot of puke in their lives, so
Yeah, my mom cleaned up probably over 50% of my puke off of the floor, because I could never make it anywhere in time.
Aw.
yeah.
My
It's
poor mother.
Sudden and fast for me.
Well, I hate throwing up more than anything on this planet, basically.
I'm not gonna. I'm
So
not gonna
I'll
tell
hold
it
it
now.
in until I'm about to faint, and then it comes out.
I'm not gonna tell it now because we're gonna be playing D&D. But have I previously told you guys the story of
Yes.
the one time
Yes,
that
yes,
I?
you have when you were a hero.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I
That is
Some
the only
decisions
time
were
I-
made.
That is the only time I've not been able to make it.
I'm still very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
No,
More
when I
than,
had
like, a
the
badge of
flu
honor.
once, I threw up 8 times in one day.
Ouch.
6 of those times were on the floor on my way to the toilet, bath, the sink, the trash can, the anything, and I was just like, I never got the flu again after that because I was like, I'm not doing this. This is the worst.
Ouch.
All right.
All right.
At the risk
You
of
all ready to play some D&D?
Nah.
Emily, I love you, but at the risk of you doing another anecdote, let's start.
I'll
Okay,
kill
I
you.
was. Hey, in her defense, I was also like halfway ready to
To
do
start
another
telling,
retelling.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
Anybody got any more body fluid stories?
Well, actually, this one time, no.
All right.
So
So yeah,
where we're at on the ice bridge, I just want to know, is the Mythalar visible from where we're at? Because
correct.
okay, kind of want to run right to that as Tyler. But unless you had something to throw at us before we started making decisions.
No, you're fine. So basically, you have the stone walkway. There's a stone walkway that leads to a tower. This tower, and that claws upward and inward. There are towers surrounding the edge of the city that are pointed menacingly towards the central spire. Narrow windows pierce its wall, and gargoyles clings to its eaves. And a doorway at the tower's base gapes open.
Nice.
But yeah, so yeah, you got this path through here leading to the spire.
Mhm.
And then you have these separate spires that have these little bridges basically to
Right.
them. But a lot of them, as you're looking, they are open. Some of them are open, some of them are closed. But more so, they're more watchtower-esque.
I would assume that either of these were some sort of watchtowers or scout towers, or they were the residences of some powerful wizards. You know, you do good enough on your wizard test, and then you get to be in one of the outside spires. give you a nice view of everything you're flying over.
Give me a history check.
Yay!
Meanwhile, so if I am remembering, this place has a lich ruling over it, and you
That's
say
good to know.
they have a thing you need to break to kill them?
Yes, it is called a phylactery.
I am thinking this should be first thing we are finding before we find lich, before we find
The Mythalar, it's that large glowing thing you see in the distance, and
Yeah.
I would
It's a pretty easy save for that. So these spires are very similar to the one that was upside down where you found Dazan's simulacrum.
That's why she's thinking it's a wizard's residence.
Yeah.
She's kind of cross-referencing her knowledge. So
if Ulrich can put that together.
as much as I would love to go straight to the Mythalar and start looking at it, that is a item of phenomenal magic power, and if there is indeed a lich that is towering over the place as its ruler, then it is probably being quite jealously guarded. So yes, I believe that we may have to take care of the ruler of the place before we start poking at any of the fun things, unfortunately. But alas.
I mean, we don't even know what we would do with the Mythalar right now. It's just like a lead of many leads.
I could figure out something, I'm sure.
And I mean, somewhere around here, there's that mummy.
Oh yes,
right?
We did unleash that mummy, and it did
You
come
said
this way,
he
didn't
was
we?
librarian.
Maybe he can.
Yeah.
Maybe he can help us something because if I recall correctly,
He is a
Isaac,
mummy.
out of character. Yes, but that doesn't mean he can't talk to us. Who knows? He might have been very well preserved. Isaac, whenever we, I don't know if you wrote down what we asked the corpse, but I don't think we found out what the phylactery was, right?
Correct.
Okay, we just know that there is a phylactery, but we didn't find out what it was.
Correct.
So then that's a good fucking lead. Then I think. Does the Professor Orb have data on where a library would be that we might find this mummy?
He pops up and he says, given this city structure, it should be fairly similar to other Netherese cities.
For such a creative people, they sure did like to stick to their blueprints.
If it works, it works.
I must have passed it out. Nope.
Consult the tome.
I hope Spooky has a library card.
Spooky just like writes on a piece of paper, "I'm allowed here."
I can take books.
Look,
and he points. He says, it's just that building over there."
The big, tall, and menacing one. Perfect. And look, the brotherhood and the siblinghood of arcane scholars is one that transcends time and space. Okay, I'm sure that I can worm my way into a library if I try hard enough.
This is how you die trying to check out a book from the library.
Look, okay, I'm just trying to help. Now, if you don't mind coming along, let's figure this out.
Welcome to Jackass. My name is Spooky, and today I'm gonna get my ass kicked checking out a book from the library.
Whenever Zanna has an idea, Spooky would love to hear the idea. But until then, the only thing I hear is Spooky coming up with wonderful ideas. Now let's go to the library, please.
Haha, she told you to shut the hell up.
Okay.
Spooky has been
All right.
especially kind of snappy since we got here. Just throwing that out there.
Okay. So this colossal building has many lofty turrets in a state of disrepair. The ground below littered with their rubble. A giant-sized door at the base of the structure stands slightly ajar.
Giant-sized door, you say? Whoa.
Well, we know that he can at least get in the library. It's gonna get to the point where we're just gonna be like, exactly how tall is the door?
We're gonna need exact measurements on that one.
Oh, 8 feet? Can you get down to 8 feet if you, like, crawl?
So you said, how far in an hour? It's just one location to the next.
Yeah, basically for sake of ease, every location you visit will be an hour.
Can we cut? Can we cut
12 foot
through
7,
this?
got it.
And
Got
this
it.
time it won't be a lie.
Can we cut through this here, like residential or whatever district to get to the library?
For sake of ease, I'm going to say it doesn't really matter because trying to keep track of every single path there's a lot to keep track of in this chapter.
Okay.
So
It's
I'm
not
just
a
gonna
GPS.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
ease it down and be like, you take the path of least resistance every time.
Okay.
We swoosh around any potential encounters and go straight to the thing.
Isaac, while we're going place to place, would you mind cloning Spooky's character sheet for me? Just so I can mess with possibly switching her to Necromancer later after we play tonight. I think there's a way to just right-click it and do like clone. It's been a while since I DM'd on Roll20, so I can't quite remember. If you can't, then it's not a big deal.
Show to player's archive item, delete item. That's not something we want.
Yeah, please don't delete her.
Delete her entirely. Goodbye.
Duplicate?
Duplicate should do it.
Did it work?
I don't see another one, but... Oh, there she is. She's at the bottom. Okay, thank you.
I think I did it twice, but whatever.
It's fine. Now I have to... Yeah, this is just for me to mess with and experiment with, so I don't...
Okay.
and without getting rid of her, her inventory. Thank you. So yeah, let's...
Okay.
Inventory.
Let's go to the library.
I love books.
Good for kindling.
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk in, and not long after you walk in, you actually see a jackal-headed humanoid
That's gonna
carrying
be.
a bundle of scrolls, accompanied by an eyeless white 5-foot penguin in a leather harness. And
Ew.
Ugh.
Is a leather harness?
it's not as bad as it sounds.
It still sounds pretty bad.
I'll
'Cause
show
you,
you-
you know what
yeah.
I'm picturing.
Yeah, correct. Let me just pull it up so you can know that it's not bad.
There
Even if I
aren't any
tone it-
zippers for the mouth.
Oh, no. Even if I tone it down, it's still pretty bad in my fucking head. Okay, y'all.
Huh, it's
Fair.
kind of like a... It's kind of like if you crossed a penguin with a hook horror.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He just very loudly goes, "Newt, newt."
Newt, newt, as they say. It's just...
Yeah.
The
No,
ancient
it's-
words of my people.
So it's not it's not some full BDSM penguin. It's just pet penguin.
Yeah,
Why wasn't it? Watsy, you cowards.
innocuous words could be very sexual sometimes.
Hello, Noel. Where is Mummy Librarian?
Oh, okay. So as you walk in, the Arcana Loth says, "Ah, you must be the librarians. Scrivenscry has need of your assistance."
Yes,
What?
us, the librarians, of course. Yes, how can we help you?
Ah, yes. So, me and Kingsport here have been scouring the plains looking for a specific book. This particular book would be one of the books of keeping. And I'm certain it's here. Do you know where this book may be? Scrivenscry would very much like to see this book.
Well, I'm certain we can go in. If you'll, I just transferred from another Netheri city, so you know how it is with the duodecimal system. It's different in every place you go to.
No, this one I believe is under the congressional system.
Ah, of course, yes. See. Thank goodness for my assistants here. They keep me up to date on the trends.
The do-a-death system. Yes, I'm very familiar.
Yes,
So-
Scrivenscry says you all are much more helpful than your associate that showed up earlier.
Mummy?
The one with the bandages?
Yes, that's the one. He just all he does is tend to books. He hasn't said a word to me this entire time. Scrivenscry, I find that very rude.
He's
I don't
And,
think he can speak.
Single-minded.
Where'd he go?
He's down the hall, down the aisle that way, filing books.
Okay, you all can look for the book of keeping whatever, I'll go find our mummy friend.
Okay, just be
I
very.
look around to see if there's anything like a card,
Catalog.
card catalog or some ancient computery thing. Like, look, we learned how to use card catalogs in elementary school, and then very shortly after, they put all the card catalog in the computer anyway. So like, I know how to use them both, and they're both useless. So,
So
well,
the first
computers
piece
are
of
nice.
technology the party learns to use is laser rifles, and next it's
The Dewey
Tomes
Decimal.
and talismans.
Yeah, we
The
literally
yeah,
one
let's-
thing me and Josh specifically share is a very shitty 1980s Dewey Decimal System fucking TV show.
I was thinking more of fucking Jackie Chan Adventures.
oh my god, Jackie Chan Adventures, dude.
All right.
Yumo fucking Guai Guai, Fagi Cao.
Okay.
So you be careful with that, because if you anger a mummy, it could end up very, very bad for you. So just
Don't
take
get
it-
mummy rot.
Yeah, take it easy.
Yeah, we can fix it. You're good. Have fun.
And then we split the party. Yeah, Oren's gonna go find us a mummy.
So Ulrin goes there. Zana, you are the penguin. The penguin tackles you,
Oh,
and then he gets up and he gives a very apologetic head bow, and in your hand he has secretly put a note in your hand,
oh yeah. I'll read the secret note from my penguin friend.
Save
and
me.
it just says help me.
Oh my god, I knew it.
Jesus.
This is some Jonestown
Thomas-
shit.
His eyes will get real big, and he'll slide over to to Pestilence over here and be like, I think we have a situation.
You can only help him if he gives you another Aeon Stone.
Okay, well,
I
we're
think-
gonna.
I think that BDSM penguin is not a willing BDSM penguin.
You don't think it's consensual? That's really sad.
It just gave me this note.
Oh. That's only kind of helpful. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
How
right?
do we?
Can't you?
I don't.
Can't you speak with animals with some sort of spell or whatever?
Yeah, but like it would be out loud, right? Can his friend understand it?
Excuse me, sir. How exactly did you Can I?
Can I borrow your penguin to help look through whatever card catalog we have?
Tyler knows what an Arcanoloth is. Can Spooky do a roll to know what an Arcanoloth is?
Sure.
Yay! Arcana, religion.
Also, if I were to look at that creature, the first thing I would say is not a penguin, but
Yeah. What?
I don't know.
What am I rolling
would
here? History.
Say it's more like troll doll.
Arcana. Religion.
Let's go with Arcana.
Yee! Plus 9, 17.
Yeah, you would know an Arcanoloth.
Okay. So Spooky kind of like, in a hushed tone, is like, I don't know if we want to fuck with an Arcan. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we can handle it at this point, but Arcanoloths are a type of Yugoloth. They are like fiends. You know how like there are devils and demons? Well, Yugoloths are sort of in the middle. They are not very kind creatures.
Well, that would explain the note.
Right. Do we want to just maybe talk our way through it? Maybe try to beg for its assistance? I don't
Oh,
really
now we want to. Now we
And,
want.
and as you're kind of plotting, Scrivensky looks and says, "Yoo-hoo! Scrivensky still needs assistance."
Yeah,
chop,
that
chop.
was great, bud. Could you? We could use an extra hand over here. Do you think your little buddy there could help us out?
Well, I suppose he's my trusted companion, but he has always served me well.
Oh yeah, could you talk about that a little bit more? How did y'all meet? And Zana's gonna
So-
try to get him in on a long-winded speech about their relationship, and then it's just gonna look over at the penguin and be like head motion towards the door.
Okay. Um. Okay. I'm gonna get a deception check from you against Scrib and Scry's perception as he's going on. But yeah, so he goes off, and I guess it helps if I do the name of the creature and not
Nice
just.
roll.
It's not a bad roll. It's not a good roll.
Spooky's like, I'm not double standarding. Okay, this one isn't stuck in the middle of Auro's fortress.
Okay. So and he goes on, and he says, "Ah, yes, I found King's Sport just as a wee little bird hatchling. I don't know, yeah, whatever baby penguins are.
Chicks.
Chick, yeah, as a wee little chick. Watson, get down.
Watson, climb, destroy,
Okay.
Watson."
And yes, and he was born, as you may have noticed, he was born blind and albino, so he was kind of the runt of the batch, and
Oh yeah.
he,
Uh-huh.
so I took him in, and he's been my trusted companion across the plains ever since.
Oh, very
And
interesting.
he just kind of keeps going on. He seemingly has not noticed your motion, and I will give Kingsport a stealth roll. And so he starts to kind of sneak out, and the Arcanoloth looks and says, "Ah, don't stray too far, Kingsport. We won't want you to get lost again." And he just kind of reluctantly moseys back. And he's still just going on. He's like, "Ah, yes. And when I traveled to this plane," and he basically just like goes through as if he was recounting with like a picture. He doesn't have the picture catalog, but I mean it was like a family vacation, like describing different locations and stuff. But he is going on a long-winded speech essentially. But Kingsport is unable to sneak away.
While he is going on and on, can I see some? Do I notice any sort of organization system that would help me find his book?
Spooky will assist in this matter.
Okay. Yeah, give me an investigation.
I will do.
Investigation.
Okay. Yes.
Nice.
There is a organizational system that you can kind of recount, and gonna go through with the books. And as you're going through, there is nothing in the records of any books of keeping.
So if it's here, it's a secret book. Is there a secret banned section? Like all
The
fake
forbidden
libraries
section.
seem to have? The only, like, restricted area in any library I've seen is the part of the library that has pornographic stuff. Everything else, completely free reign.
The sacred texts.
So, and as you're going through this too, you would see that. Oh no, sorry. Give me another history check, Spooky.
Okay. Yeah. 18.
Okay, that's good enough. So as you're going through this and trying to think of it and look, the books of keeping actually does ring a bell, and they are by legend said to be 4 lost tomes that hold the true names of every Yugoloth ever created. Which you would know exactly what that means.
Oh yeah.
As far as knowing Yugoloth, yeah, and Spooky with that last history roll, Spooky would know as well with the true names.
So, let me just double check my lore on this, but Spooky says, to Pestilence, she says, if we find this, we can know that creature's true name. That is a very, very powerful label for fiends. If we know it and we speak it, chances are it would fall under our complete control. Oh my god.
Yeah, I've been noticing the little shit show happening in the middle.
The little Dr. Octagonopus in the bottom, yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, Spooky says like,
Spoilers.
if we manage to get our hands on this, that Yugoloth will be under our complete control.
Well, I would see why he would want to get the book then.
Oh yes, that'd be an incredibly powerful thing to have, especially if he's not the only one here.
Yeah.
I say we find it and we banish him. Oh, I could just try to banish him. I mean, that would also work pretty well.
Wait.
Yeah, but that's only gonna happen for a couple minutes.
No,
And
not
we
for-
only have a couple minutes to find the book then.
Let me just double check
Is
on
he-
this.
If we banish him, does the penguin go as well? I thought we were trying to help that guy.
I don't know. That's a good question. Let me just see something. If the target is native to the plane you're on, you banish them to harmless demi-plane, blah 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 blah, native plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute is passed, the target. So and that's only if the spell ends before 1 minute is passed. That's like if my concentration gets broken. So if I manage to successfully banish this dude, he'll just be back in Hades for forever as long as the spell doesn't get broken. If I can maintain concentration for a minute.
Well, good luck.
It's up to you. Either we go looking for this book or we try the banishment route and we it's only one creature, so I wouldn't be banishing the penguin thing, whatever it is.
Meanwhile,
Oh. So you find the mummy, and the mummy is just kind of filing, books that have been knocked off after years and years of, and trying to recover what it can and going through the rubble, basically just doing, trying its best to put the part of the library that's in disarray back into order.
hey you, since we help you, do you know where the Lich's phylactery is? Or how we could hypothetically kill it? Or failing any of that, do you happen to know where a book of keeping is?
And the mummy just continues on its job and doesn't even seem to notice you.
So it
Okay.
only does a certain part of the librarian's job, not the whole part.
Okay, well, I will return to the group.
I would like to see if giving him this holy symbol might do anything. With the holy symbol of Mistral, can Spooky go and try to give that to the mummy?
Okay.
Um,
You do give it, and the mummy sheds its form, and it is now a humanoid mage.
Huh.
Holy fuck.
Well,
That's-
alright. Talk about the glow up.
Hello.
So you say humanoid, what does it appear to be now?
I mean, human-esque. Let me look to see what race it actually is. I don't think it's really that
Okay,
important.
as long as it's not something fucking crazy, then by humanoid we'll just assume near enough human. Okay.
Most Netherese wizards were usually human, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
We'll say human.
Well, alright. Hello. Can you understand or witness us now?
And he does speak. He does speak that Loros, the language, and so the Professor Orb comes out and is translating. But yeah, because it's the ancient language of the Netherese, but Professor Orb's able to translate.
Okay. Spooky says...
And technically, anybody who speaks Elvish, it's close enough that you can understand, but you can't speak. But whatever you say, so
It's Spanish and Portuguese.
right.
Spooky can't... Well, Spooky will rely on the orb, but she says, we are seekers of knowledge in this place, and we were wondering if you knew the location of two different things. Or rather, the identity of one, I suppose. We are looking for a Book of Knowing somewhere in the city. And we are also looking for a phylactery. belonging to the ruler of the city.
Which, if you didn't know or don't remember, whatever, this place is currently ruled by a lich.
And he takes a sigh and says, the 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 books of knowing are not present here. There is one on a Netherese city, but not this one.
Well,
Um,
Well, we don't have time to go looking for that, so it looks like banishment it is.
yeah, it's not that important.
as far as Eurylarthus's phylactery, it would have been placed in a location within the city that, as I came through, I would have noticed seems like it would have been unreachable. So I don't know that he can access his phylactery, because it would have been on the north side of the city, which seems to have collapsed in with the cave.
I mean, that's sort of good for him, right? I mean, if he is defeated in some capacity, he can just go back to the phylactery and regenerate, or however that works. But we can't
But
get
if he
to
isn't,
it and destroy it.
but if he is unable to feed his phylactery, the phylactery would not function, and he would be trapped in this plane as a demi-lich.
Arguably worse.
So maybe we find and use as a bargaining chip or something?
If we can even get to it. That's a solid wall of ice. I don't know if the
I did not see Eurylarthus on my way in, but that's those would be my guesses. Is if his phylactery was moved prior to the fall, then it might be accessible. But if not, I would venture to guess it was buried within the cave.
I don't know if the codicil will work on that part of the ice, so we couldn't just break it open. Also, I don't really want to tempt this city falling farther than it already has.
At least not while we're here.
Of course not. If anything, I would like to bring it back in the air again, but that's maybe not the most important thing to do yet. I think the most important thing for us to do is to ascertain whether or not this phylactery is still reachable. If it is...
Also, since we're here, do you know of any powerful magic items in here that we could use? Because we kind of have to kill Oril.
Kill or stop.
Probably stop by killing.
Yes, killing a god doesn't entail them being gone forever either. Just want to make
No,
sure you know that.
you kill their avatar, yada yada.
Okay, so you do know that much. Very good.
About the most powerful item we would have of that nature would be the Mythalar underneath Eurylarthus's spire.
And we...
Big fireball.
That's correct.
Correct.
The one, the forbidden snack. The one we can touch.
The great legendary Tide Pod.
Yes. And to be honest, if that's the power you're searching for, I mean, while it was a smart decision, I'm curious as to why you didn't just venture there first.
I mean, we are sort of assuming that the Lich may be trying to protect it. It's not exactly a small magic item. He must be guarding it jealously.
So, yes, it is magically protected. The spire itself is actually protected by a barrier. So basically, all this is protected by a magical barrier. The only way in is there's an elevator.
What?
Over here.
Oh, I was about to say
Into
this little tube.
Yeah, into the spire. The only way to gain access is to perform.
Oral.
I think it's the right. The right.
He's
Yeah,
not here right now.
the rights of the arcane octad.
Oral has just been trying to send us subtle cues for years, and nobody's taken them.
That's really why she's mad. No one's eaten her out in like fucking centuries. Anyway.
Well, you know, being a terrifying bird lady probably isn't exactly bringing in the suitors.
No one has serviced her cloaca.
Tyler, they get their tongues stuck.
Cloaca, god damn it. It all comes back to cloacas.
I'm sorry, Oral. I can't finish. My tongue is stuck.
there is a fucking there's a
there's
web
a comic about that.
there's a webcomic called Oglaf that is one of my favorite webcomics. It is NSFW as hell, but it's amazing because there's this satisfy the ice queen 1,000 gold reward, and you see a bunch of dudes like going like getting their tongue stuck in her thighs and like
No,
and
No,
then like
they
one
weren't
dude
getting
like
their tongues stuck. They were getting their penises stuck.
yeah
And
like
they were like trading their penises to take ice.
uh-huh
And they would all inevitably get frostbite and die.
Yep, and then finally, like, just some chick comes up with a wooden strap on and gets the
There you
1,000-year-old. It's 1,000 gold. It's amazing. Anyway, so enough talking about fucking oral aside.
What
so
is this
the right of
arcane thingy
Octad?
thingy?
It sounds like 8 something.
Right. Yep. Rite of the Arcane Octad. It is the Octad itself is an 8-step ritual that is designed to test visitors' magical aptitude.
Well, don't
Yeah,
mind
I've heard of this before. It's a big Ponzi scheme.
Oh
testing
man.
Arcane aptitude, you say? Well, don't mind if I do.
Yes. Each, as you may know, there are 8 schools of magic, as there are also 8 parts to this ritual. Throughout
Me looking at my very necromancy heavy spell list.
Throughout the city, there are 8 towers that were that represent each school of magic. Each of these towers, they kind of look like this. They're kind of, and yeah, you'll see they have like the inscriptions on them. They will all bear that section of the Octad inscription within the tower. Some trials within these towers will be easier than others. Some will test your will, some will test your might, and some will test your prowess with magic. But all of them will contain 1/8 of the Octad.
Test.
And then when pieced together, you perform the ritual at the base of the elevator, and you will be able to make your way into Uriel-Arthas' spire.
Yeah.
From
And
there,
we
you
sign
can
up 3
descend
of our
down.
other friends, and
Yeah. From there, you could descend down through his spire to the Mythalar.
And for $20,000 a year, you'll own this house. When are you done paying for it? You're never done paying for it.
For 7,000 USD, you can own this JPEG. No, trust me. Well, all right.
I've known one person my whole life get out of a timeshare, and it was incredible.
So, all 8 little towers, we go in a nice little circle around the city, and we figure everything out. Okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah, that's our direction, and let's head in it.
Do you know if this place is particularly safe? We could use sort of a hub area to rest in between, towers if need be.
From what I've gathered, the exterior spires are mostly abandoned.
Maybe we claim one as our little clubhouse.
good to know.
Also, what do we want to do about the foxhead thing?
Oh, I was going to try and banish him, and if that doesn't work, then we just kill.
Sorry. Exterior spires are mostly uninhabited. The city itself, while mostly harmless by themselves, you may run across Nothics from time to time.
Oh, is that all? Nothic won't pose us any trouble. No, I mean several Nothics maybe, but still.
But no, I would like to attend to my library and return it to its former glory if possible.
Great. Welcome back to Not on Death.
Yeah, welcome back to your library. I don't think you'll be seeing a lot of people, but that means you have even more time to get it back in order.
All right. Zana, would you mind talking to our dear friend and just occupying him? And if the banishment doesn't work, then we have to hit him a bunch.
Yeah, sure. So Zana will go back out and he'll be like, "Well, we're looking for your book still, and I think we're getting close to finding it. But I was so enamored by your stories earlier. Why don't you tell me some more about your adventures?"
It is a DC 17 Wisdom save. Spooky's Charisma save. She's going to try and banish the Arcane Luff. Back to Hades.
And I will do it at disadvantage since you got him monologuing.
You sly dog! You caught me monologuing.
Because when everyone's special,
Can
no
we
one
skip?
is.
Can we
You
stick?
said charisma.
It is a Charisma save, yeah.
Can we skip
He does fail.
Back to Hades with you, bitch.
Can we skip the Octatrat or whatever if we bring the Lich in the Tritium?
Shut up, Brandon. Alright, and Spooky will just concentrate on that for 1 minute, and then he is stuck in Hades. Bye, bitch.
Yeah, no, it's easy enough to do. And
Does
so
does the penguin leave with him?
Nope, the penguin does come up to you and he says, thank goodness. King Sports has played dumb for many, many years.
Oh my god,
It
he
is
can
good
talk.
to be free.
Yeah,
Yes,
buddy, no
I am.
problem.
Yes.
I mean, he could
On
write.
On
I
our
suppose
on
that's
our journey a few years ago actually, I was accidentally awakened and I could not let my master know.
Wouldn't matter.
Accidentally. What did you?
It
What do you mean
happens.
accidentally.
It actually occurred on this plane. We found some frost druids, and they were basically just awakening anything that could be.
Where have we heard that
Huh.
one before?
Well, I mean, yeah. I actually know of this pretty cool place. A couple of our friends live around there. You might enjoy it. You could try to head out that way and see if you can meet up with them. One of them's a walrus and one of them's a whale, and they were pretty chill.
Are you sure you want to send them to Oryl's summer home?
Look,
Yeah,
you think
I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna look
send
at him and
him
be like,
there.
look, you think Arl's really gonna mess with a penguin? This is pretty much your shtick, right? Like,
That's honestly.
I mean, the walrus is kind of a prisoner there.
yeah,
the
but, like,
walrus
she
is a
wasn't
prisoner
messing with
there, and the
walrus.
whale is basically a bus.
Well, he could go hang out with the whale. Look, I'm just trying to make him some friends. He can't stay with us.
If
right?
only
That's just
we knew
endangerment.
other friendly person in all of the 10 towns.
You
Yeah,
don't
but
know,
he's gonna
big
go with the
feller.
bees.
Don't metagame.
Is why I lament that we do not know of other person.
I think he'll be fine on his own. If he wants a direction, we could give him one. But I think it's even more fun just to head out and
Listen, do
go.
you like bees, mead, and or honey?
Well, if I got a deal for you.
Do you like dangerous fucking mountains? We got
I
lots
mean-
of those.
Look,
I mean,
I just
I
wanted to.
guess-
I just
I
wanted
guess-
to hook up.
I've never got to have an opinion of what I like.
Well, here is good news. If you go back this way and go a little, I'm sure that the cold won't be that big of an issue for you. You find this little place called Goodmead. Ask for the big feller. Tell him that his old friend sent you, and he'll take care of you. Okay?
Okay, that sounds good to me. And he does the thing where he takes like 3 steps, and then he does the penguin belly slide.
The penguin belly slide is something I've wanted to do my whole life, and the closest I've ever gotten is a slip and slide. It's not the same, man. No, not enough momentum.
Some Mario 64 shit.
Zana's
But
just
yeah.
gonna. I miss our walrus friend.
He
Oh,
was
and
pretty
as he kind of flutters away, I don't know, slides away. He does drop behind him 3 spell scrolls and 1 gemstone.
Well, I would like to
neat.
look at these.
Okay, the gemstone is a normal gemstone, just worth 250 gold pieces.
Okay.
And the spell scrolls are 1 for Leomund's tiny hut, 1 for plane shift, and 1 for wall of ice.
Plane shift. Okay.
That's
Oh, I forgot. Okay, and he also had a chime of opening with a single use.
Ha!
All right. Plane shift. Wall of ice. And
chime of opening.
Leomund's tiny hut. Oh, it's
For a
only
sec-
tiny hut because it's not copyrighted. God damn it.
Yemen's Pizza Hut.
mhm. Chime of opening. Let's see.
God, that would be an OP spell.
You magically summon one Pizza Hut for
Well,
8
I mean,
hours,
Look,
and you get
I've
the
never
buffet.
seen a new Pizza Hut, right?
Um,
Every Pizza Hut I've ever seen is at least a decade or two old.
we
Yeah.
get a new Pizza Hut like every 3 years, and you're just
What
like,
the
God damn
fuck?
it, we have like 7 Pizza Huts in Minot, and then like
What's the
randomly some
Pizza
of them
Hut
will
demand
start.
in your town?
I guess you need one for every 3 miles, like
One for every other person in Minot.
pretty much.
Everyone gets
Now
pizza
we're
every
down.
single night.
COVID killed a few, so now we're down to 3. But
Oh man, fucking Pizza Huts. I knew somebody who got an upper respiratory infection because they had to use so much Pam at Pizza Hut that it caused an issue, and I'm just sitting here going, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have used that much Pam.
So, I love how they give plane shift to you. That is such a fuck you to the DM, because I'm like, hey Isaac, how do you feel about prepping the plane of fire?
I'm sure that if we suddenly decide to go to a plane, he's going to be like, and that's it for the night.
mhm.
Goodbye.
We go and go.
It's weird. You open the door, and the Lady of Sorrows is on the other side, and she murders
You
you.
need the Lady of
Hey.
Pain.
Yeah.
and I mean, if you went to any of the
And you're
elemental
dead.
planes, you basically just go there and then die instantly.
Yeah, you would.
Oh,
be
you
able
went to the plane of Earth, you appear inside of a mountain and die immediately.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You wouldn't be
went
able
The
to
to.
the plane
Dimension
of sharks.
Police.
Everything is sharks.
You can't. Yeah, you can't plane shift to sigil anyway. It's kind of like a magic. I forgot the term for it, but you can't play. You can only take a portal in or out. No shifting, no teleporting.
You emerge into the plane of water in the middle of an aboleth orgy. They do not appreciate you coming in and
The elemental plane of cum.
You see,
I mean,
before
it's
anybody's allowed
water-based.
here, they have to fill out a survey and get an STD test. We just can't trust you here.
You needed to submit a headshot and measurements, and you just didn't do any of that.
You're the guy who
Can't
shows
jump
up.
the
and,
line.
You're the guy who shows up and stays in the corner, just kind of fumbling his nuts the entire time. Like every orgy needs.
That is a thing. That is a thing.
Every orgy needs one, but it's still kind of creepy.
It's called.
It's
pulling
only
your
creepy
card.
if you're not into it, Tyler.
Also, sigil is a Faraday cage. That's what I was trying to. That was the term I was
in
trying
order to get to sigil, you have to collect all the JO crystals.
the Lady of Pain's
And you
JO
gotta charge 'em.
crystals.
You're charging those bad boys up.
So anyway, that's just I just find that funny that they give you plane shift because that is such a potential DM fuck you. It's like I choose to go literally anywhere
But
else.
they were gonna give us a scroll of summoning Tarask. and
That is also
wasn't
fucked up. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Spooky says, "All right, these will be certainly helpful. Do we want to just go to the nearest tower then?"
What's this out here? This big patch of trees
A park?
I suppose it would be a park.
in the middle of
the,
a giant ice cave?
Yes,
Uh,
I mean,
the- and
yeah.
the-
Have
the
you ever
Professor
seen
Rug-
New York City?
The Professor Rug pops up and he says,
No.
that one would be the Arboretum.
Mm.
Yeah.
most
But
wizards.
Central Park in the middle of New York City. So you get this wonderful, lush, beautiful, and then right outside of it is just fucking corporations.
Typically, the Arboretum is maintained by a central tree known as the Nether Oak. It is a magical tree that essentially can keep the Arboretum alive in harsh conditions.
I'm sure it's to project the illusion that they're not entirely an evil, conquering empire of mad, insane wizards.
Yeah, but if there's a magic tree keeping things alive, what if we could harness that magic to, I don't know, fix the never-ending winter so it doesn't really matter anymore?
That's not a bad idea, but I almost think that's something that Ardo would be able to overpower, right?
I am thinking if I was different party member, I would be all about that shit, but I do not care.
Oh, you would have
Says
loved.
the literal druid.
You would have loved Big Fella.
Druid hate tree, love bear.
You would have loved Big Feller. He would not have liked you, but, potato, I suppose.
I think you
I
said
mean, like,
something
this
about
tree
me.
is nice. How do you move a whole tree?
There are ways.
Well, you
Well,
don't.
you
You
dig
get
it up by
seeds.
the roots. That's also true. We could just get seeds, but
Plant them randomly, Oral can't find them all.
I mean that's what I'm
Turn it into
saying.
turn it into a Korok seed hunt for her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Got
I'm
it.
really?
gonna, I'm gonna see if I can pick up any, like, seeds, pine cones, whatever
I'm
they
just
drop.
saying, Zana's like seeing a green initiative here, and he's very into it.
No, I think it's a... let's investigate. Maybe something will surprise us.
Yeah, like probably something living in Arboretum and going to try to eat us.
Oh, how
Um,
often does that happen?
We are planning on trying to contend with a god. We might as well get used to that.
I don't really care. If there's a
Yeah.
fight there, cool. Let's just go.
Look, the
Okay.
last time we went to a tree, I got magic fruit powers. So
Yeah, I don't think that we can, like, put a whole tree in our pocket. But if I can put some seeds in, or like some cuttings in my pocket and just try it later, that is a wonderful, low maintenance plan.
It is also worth noting this, as the Professor pipes up, that for centuries Netherese mages crafted their wands and staffs from the wood of the Nether Oak.
see, we have another reason to go.
Do oak trees have acorns? I don't know what oak trees have.
Yes, oak trees come from acorns.
Ah,
Let's go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting all up in that bitch.
I'm like
We're
a
gonna
fucking
receive-
squirrel.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna receive the tree's nut.
The tree has a face.
That's never good.
Ah, it's a great Deku tree. Great.
Ask him for his nut.
Tree, will you nut on me?
Stop.
Come on, daddy.
Stop.
Ew, ew.
Tree daddy, give me
Gross.
that nut.
Stop. The Wizard of Oz is forever ruined for me now.
Dude, you know what's the biggest fucking lie I've ever been told?
I would love to know.
That you can't eat acorns. You can. They don't taste that good. But the only reason I was told that you can't eat acorns is because there was a couple trees at my elementary school that dropped acorns several times a year, and they didn't want us eating acorns off the ground.
Alright.
I was lied to.
Yeah, I mean, something comparable is my first grade teacher told us that all beer is made from filtered through fish bladders, so I assumed that all beer was done. But that's only Guinness. The
What the
traditional
fuck?
way. The traditional way for making Guinness is it involves fish bladder, something fucking weird.
Fish piss?
Alright.
I don't know about piss, but anyway.
Zana, this seems like your go. How about you talk to the nice tree?
Alright,
I also go. I mean, I speak Druidic. This is kind of my bag too.
Yes, I understand that, but no offense, but Zana is sort of the more planty one of the two of you.
Ulrin will diplomatically stick up one of his fingers.
Zana's gonna
It is the
roll
one
his
that says
eyes
fuck you.
and walk forward and be like, "Hello, Mr. Tree," or whatever proper title you would like to be called.
Whatever your preferred pronouns are.
My name is Zana, and I speak for the trees.
I'm gonna stop you right there because he is asleeping.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Hello.
He's asleep. I don't know what to tell you.
He's
a tree,
snoring. He is audibly snoring.
so he's a tree. They don't wake up easy.
Qu'est-ce que ça? This,
Oh wait! Are you telling us he's sleeping like a log?
God damn
Hey.
it. Qu'est-ce que ça purple circle thing? What is?
I'm assuming. I
I
mean-
think it's just a pretty map thing, but
Okay.
because this is a third party map because this isn't it. So
I figure it's
Let me double
probably like a lamp.
oh
So
Yeah, I
Block
was
text.
assuming it's kind of like a heat lamp type deal. This
yeah,
is
because
a
the
Can-
block text is
can I
just-
do
it
it?
can't.
a nature check to see if any of these other trees are like magic, or an arcana check?
Yeah, sure, you can do either.
We'll do your
Ulrin
turn.
also do.
Much
Yeah.
more proficient in that.
So yeah, trees are very naturey, not very magic-y, with the exception of the big face snoring tree.
I go up
Okay.
and I poke the tree to see if that wakes him.
Like a gentle poke or like an aggressive poke? I mean, I'm assuming it's not like an attack, but like, what
No,
do you
but
mean by poke?
it's gonna be firm enough because this is a tree and I don't know how sensitive trees are to feeling. But I'm not gonna be like breaking my finger. It'd be at best like a knock knock.
Okay, and so when he does, he kind of shakes, and he says, "Who goes there?"
Hi, Mr. Tree. We have some questions and some requests. Take it away, turtle.
In Druidic, Ulrin's just gonna add basically the equivalent of "What's up," and he's just gonna put his hands in his pockets.
What's up, G?
Make it
Uh,
quick. I want to return to my slumber.
Zana's gonna be like, well, we've heard that you are keeping this grove alive, even in these what seems to be very harsh conditions underground. And I'm just wondering what kind of magic would cause this?
It is an innate magic that flows through my roots. It essentially is powered within my bark, which is why many of the Netheries have bargained with me for bark so that they may craft their wands.
Oh, well, you see, we're kind of dealing with a situation, um, up on in like the mainland area, and we're looking for a situation, or looking to fix this issue where like everything's freezing over all the time, and it's constantly cold, and like people are starving to death, and we're thinking maybe you would be able to help out.
What's in it for me?
Well, you wouldn't be in a cave anymore, and ideally you would be able to, kind of influence things a lot more,
The
as you kind of
balance
want
of
to.
nature would help to wax full and oogity boogity boo.
My roots run too deep to leave this place.
What about a
Give us
seat?
your seed.
Would it?
I have a
Yeah.
little cup, okay? I'll look away.
If some gets in my hair, it's okay.
It's not okay with me though.
Seeds
I
would
just
bear
washed it, you see.
the seeds would bear no magic. Look around at the trees you see. Those are the seeds that I have produced.
Would any cuttings do that? Have you tried that one?
The only magic is placed within my bark alone.
Well,
Yeah, a
maybe if
cutting
we
would be
can
part
make,
of yours.
maybe if we can make one of those wands, it would help us out.
I do like nice ones.
I am open to offers. As I have said, the Netheries would bargain for their wands.
Do you
What
like
do you
gold?
have to offer? I have no need for material items such as gold.
Well,
I
I've
got
got.
some music that I could play. I want to incite with him the spirit of rebellion.
If you have a flute, I could
Wait, no.
hypothetically play.
Punk
It
tree.
has been
Punk tree.
a good while since I have heard the joy of music. I am intrigued.
Alright, I'm gonna play with you a standard set. She's gonna go down her set list. I haven't
Ooh,
written
here's
one out
Wonderwall.
though. Uh,
Wow,
the only thing what me and
music has
Tyler
become more
jokingly said is that
alt.
cult of personality has to be on the fucking list, and that's about it. That's the only thing I've thought of.
Give me an approximation for what Pestilence's singing voice is like. Give me like an approximation.
You know those girls who are really good at scream singing?
Yes.
Yeah, that.
Love
But
it.
also she can go soft if she needs to,
I
because
pictured
you can't scream the whole song. You have
my
to slow
mental
it down for the emotion.
That's a good
my
range.
mental image of Pestilence singing this entire time has been like the three witch sisters from the Scooby Doo movies.
Hex girls.
Yes, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, just know that I cannot sing.
You can
I do not have the
sing.
range.
You have a pretty voice.
My range is the mid to lower tier of alto and the higher tier of tenor, which makes me sing almost no songs in the correct key.
Sound like my sixth graders.
But
Oh
but
yeah.
as you begin, I need a performance roll.
Okie dokie. Let me look at the dee doo dee doo dee.
If
Oh, I
someone
knew that
have
one.
if someone have a flute, I could offer
Bam!
assistance.
Hot damn.
Knocked it out of the fucking bark.
And
You and your ghost
he
boys.
he says,
Yeah.
and
Me
after
and
he
Neil
listens
Spirit.
to your set, and he's like, this is pleasing.
This shit is banging, yo.
I shall grant you some of my bark. And he tears off roughly like I'd say about a 2 foot section. You could hold in your hand. But it's enough. It's not a wand itself. It's just kind of a chunk of
Yeah, it
wood
has to. You have to
essentially.
turn it into something
Gives us
else.
a 2x4.
Yeah,
Big
that's fair.
feller,
Yeah,
we're gonna have to go visit you.
you got magic. Yeah, you have magic 2x4.
Well, alright, Pestilence, well done.
All right, and I'm gonna put that in my backpack and take my bow, and I guess we go.
Thank
You-
you,
Good
sir.
on that
Have a
roll,
good
because-
rest.
Literally
Actually,
any
you
skill
took-
check under 20 ended up in an initiative with a treant and 5 needle blights.
Oh my god, he would hate it that much.
That
and
shit
actually, you
sucked.
take 2 bows. One is the bow after your performance, and the other is the bow of wood that he gave you.
Hey.
It's like if you would have
Alright.
failed the check, it would have been like, I preferred Pestilence's second album before she sold out.
It's a
And
good thing I didn't try to help because I, even if I rolled a nat 20, I have a -2.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
That was
So
still a pretty good roll,
so as you finish up, he gives you the bark and he says, "Now I sleep," and he returns to his slumber.
Alright.
I would
Now
love
we
a nice
go.
wand. I would love a nice wand that doesn't give me nightmares whenever I attune to it.
You know, that sounds a lot more pleasant than what you currently have, if that is what is happening.
I agree
refuse
with
to-
Josh because I'm gonna go take Watson out for the last time and then put him up in bed.
Well, then
I
I'm
refuse to
body break.
acknowledge Josh's need for such because he was a coward and didn't say it out loud for posterity.
Yeah, you gotta say puppy body break. That being said, I'm gonna go get a
I
Sprite.
mean, I have just disappeared before.
It's
I'll
true.
I'll have to pee. I'll mute myself. I'll go and I'll come back. Sometimes you do notice, sometimes you don't.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab a Sprite real quick because I'm thirsty. Okay, hello.
You are the first back.
Oh, sweet. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not okay with this.
Let's get started on...
And it of course is from DeviantArt.
Mhm.
I have looked at many cursed Kirby things because I love him.
She does love Kirby. I mean, I love
He's
Kirby,
my
too.
son.
And Kirby's delightful. Let's see.
I can only relate with them because I too fucking binge eat. Wah, wah.
Womp womp. So let's see here. Hello, Edward. I see that you're making gross licking noises.
Those are the only kind of licking noises she can make.
I have both cats with me, by the way.
I have Mugen with me, so
Got him.
is Aaron home and Mugen's just complaining to us,
I don't
or
know.
is he?
I didn't hear her get back.
No, that Kirby's still better than the one I found, I think. I'm not okay. I'm not okay with this.
You're the one who posted it, homeboy.
Just because I found it and I needed to torment the rest of you.
So, what do you think sounds more spooky? Like, with Divination Wizard, she can open her third eye and like see into the ethereal plane and shit like that. And she can also, obviously divine stuff really well. If she goes Necromancer, she becomes inured to undeath. She has resistance to necrotic damage, and her hit point maximum cannot be reduced. I also get the Animate Dead spell for free, and I get it better than other people's.
Am I supposed to be better?
I mean, it is.
I suppose that... Honestly, I'd hold off on that until we proceed a little further into the city here, because...
Oh, I'm not going to be doing this mid session.
Yeah,
I'd be doing this in between sessions.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm back.
Oh, hello. I was just decide. Oh my Jesus Christ, Emily.
Y'all wanted cursed Kirby pictures? I got cursed Kirby pictures.
I was just debating fucking if
Divination Wizard or Necromancy Wizard?
Yes.
I think it depends on if you want to lean into this kind of Netherese scholar angle, given that we're now in the city and you might be getting a wand and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that was more like a hobby for her. She's mostly into the dead thing.
Then I'd probably just go Necromancy.
I kind of think so too.
Also, my Roll20 instance seems just frozen, so I'm gonna reload that motherfucker.
Womp womp. And I don't even have to get rid. I mean, for Witch is supposed to rely on their familiar a lot, but I really haven't been using Vanta very much at all.
And he hasn't been getting fed as much now that big feller is.
I mean, to be fair, when I was a wizard and I had a cat, I used them Olive twice.
Yeah.
Once on the boat, where I had to leave them behind and manually dispel them, and once when I put them into the Castellanter's house.
It wasn't the Castellaners, it was the Growlhounds.
Ah, the Growlhounds' house. And that fucked the cat up real good.
Yeah, that was fun. Go ahead.
The only dedicated use I really hear of anyone using them for is if they do some shit like you cast spells through it. So like you just go hide around the corner and make the familiar cast the spells.
They're really good for reconnaissance because you can see and hear through their eyes and ears, and people won't look twice at like a stray cat hopping through a window.
It's not just that. It's you can also use them for the help action in combat. They can get obliterated super easily, but like you can get the free help action in there very easily.
You see, I don't do that because I almost always pick a cat, and the idea of getting a cat obliterated just kind of hurts me.
Yeah, it's awful. No, I agree.
All right.
Everyone back?
I never left.
I think so.
Diggity. Alrighty.
I don't know if Josh returned from his
I'm here.
unspecified absence because we don't have it in audio form. You coward.
All right.
In the
So-
meantime, we get adult man face Kirby and juicy ass Kirby.
That's so
So
good.
I guess I will give you kind of a general lay of the land as to what you've passed and what you know. So as you came in, this is kind of a big sports stadium. This is one of the towers, and that is the Tower of Abjuration, I think. Yep, Abjuration. There is a large prison complex down here.
Love it.
So you would have passed by the Tower of... D7 is Conjuration? And the symbols are outside, so I mean, Spooky, especially studying magic and scholarly, would recognize the symbols. Conjuration. Nope. I need to switch. Oh, no, stop. Okay. Sorry, where I deleted all the map markers, I'm having to look on another one.
You're good.
Let's see. Stadium, Abjuration, White Heat. This is just kind of the spiky house looking thing. It is there are 8 tusk-like towers that embeds this monumental building. And then kind of close to where Ythryn is, that is the Tower of
Anal circumference.
Divination.
Okay.
So chat. And then there is a large well behind that tower.
Cool.
And
I
then-
say we hit divination and then we go peek into the abyss. Hopefully the abyss does not peek back.
I'm down with that, unless you want to keep on going with the descriptions and whatnot. I'm just
I'm just going based. I was
Based
just
on
going kind of more
proximity
so
and
based
stuff
on
that
to
we
what you've
have.
passed, and
I see.
because yeah, you made the beeline for the library, but I'm kind of throwing in things that you would have observed on the way there.
Okay. That makes
I
sense.
dig it.
In that case, yeah, I mean, divination is right there. We might as well start hitting it.
Okay. And I'm also more so using this for time management too, so I know how many hours have passed.
You're fine, bud.
Yeah, I guess that's another
Okay.
hour to divination, so I'm now 14 feet, 7 inches.
When do you cap out?
Divin-
21?
Yep, at 21 feet. Yep.
Almost there.
Yeah. The next foot, when you hit 15, will be when you get your 21 strength. Make sure. Let me double check to see if this one has map art or not. Some of the towers do, some of them don't. Okay, this one does not. Okay. The walls of this thin tower are etched with intricate designs of hands and eyes. Silver light flickers from a high window, above which a large carved eye animates and blinks. Part of the tower's roof is missing. Large gashes in the roof allow you to see the dark, icicle-festooned roof of the great ice cavern beyond. Silver light emanates from a 3-foot diameter glass orb situated atop 2-foot-high cylindrical stone plinth in the center of a 30-foot diameter, rubble-strewn circular chamber. Eyeballs that drift inside the orb, like a fish inside a bowl, like fish in a bowl. Some have cataracts, while others are bloodshot or pus-filled, but all turn and gaze at you as you approach.
Awful.
Ulrin is gonna spit in their direction.
And as you approach, and there's a voice that seems to emanate from the eyes themselves, but also within your head and the chamber. Just it seems in your head, but in the building as well. Like it's very omnipresent, and the voices say, "Ask, and we shall find."
Where's the leech's phylactery? Specifically.
You must be touching the orb.
Okay. And Ulrin's gonna go up and fucking touch the orb.
Be careful.
Okay. Con save.
Standing back with like a pole just to in case he gets electrocuted.
Okay. So a sharp pain runs through your head, and one of your eyes of your choice, I guess, is magically plucked and placed inside the orb. So you're one eye less.
Fucking-
But
Can we just talk about what just happened? We now have an ice-blessed, one-eyed frost giant on the team.
God,
But-
are we rebuilding the giant from fucking the Odyssey?
Not just the Odyssey. We're just making Odin. Straight up, it's like Orin's just basically fucking Odin now.
But even though your eye is taken, they do grant you your knowledge, and you see an image flash through your head, and the phylactery is shown, and you digs deep and deep into the ice, and the phylactery is seemingly empty, buried several hundred feet beneath the ice.
Cool, and Ulrin will turn around to the party and like look at them with the one empty fucking socket and say, "Well, I know where the phylactery is. Also, is like the lights in here go out a little bit, like dim a little bit?"
Oh.
Nothing
And the
like
way
that.
that the way that the spell works too is it does kind of fly you over. So you actually fly over the city essentially, and it does take you into where it is. So it is like back buried in this gigantic pile of ice.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah,
No, it's nothing special. You just lost an eye. That's all.
That would make sense with all the eyes are in the walls.
Sure.
Okay, so just hold still. Just hold still. Spooky's gonna like give him a like a strip of cloth, like like a bandage or something to wrap around his head. And she's gonna have to hold this up to him now that he's like 15 feet tall, and she'll just be like, "Just wrap this around your head and cover it. It will help maybe." I don't
this
know.
is why we don't go around touching everything.
I don't know if you're prone to infection, but it's better safe than sorry.
And as you're doing that, the Professor Orb pops out and says, "Well, that's odd. From what we've been told from the librarian, there should be a section of the Octad in this room." And he looks around and he sees, it would be where that hole is. So it seems to be missing from here.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, I'm not going to fucking ask where that is.
No. No more questions. Anybody else fine with losing their depth perception? You can go.
Hey, Professor Orb, how about you ask where it is?
I have no hands.
Bump into
Touch it with your ball.
Listen, let's just hang on here. Let me just consult the codicil.
Hey, Dead Mouse.
Abraham comes back for the last session. Oh, by the way, you're blind because they just like.
A lot of questions.
So many questions, so few eyes.
I suppose these guys aren't corpses. They're just like little floating.
What is it?
I was gonna try to speak with dead, but I don't think that
Oh
applies
yeah,
here.
literally it's just eyeballs in an orb.
Mhm.
Now including Ulrin's eye.
Huh. Man, I
You know, the left eye for myself is my better eye, so I'm gonna say he lost the right.
I suppose that means we should just keep going. Maybe it's in the well. Oh, I hope it's not in the well.
Yeah, did it appear in like the fish tank full of eyes?
Your eye? Yes, he said that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you break it, you might get it out, but I don't think that's how it works.
I mean, I'm gonna address the eyeballs without touching the fucking thing, but can I get my eyeball back? Can I, open that up?
It is pretty magically sealed.
It's actually my religion that I have to be buried with all body parts I was born with, so hand it over.
Religious exemptions don't count when it's for public well-being.
If I give it a bonk, does it seem to even shake in the slightest?
You lose your other
Uh,
eye.
It just fucking falls out and rolls onto the floor.
Not really. It kind of is. It's pretty sturdy.
Okay, if I make a full-on fucking attack with my great axe, how about that?
Sure, go ahead and try.
Yeah. I love how I roll an 18 to attack an inanimate object.
Okay.
28
So
to hit the thing.
you take that swing, and with pretty close to maximum effort, you get a big chung, and it just kind of shakes. This thing is not taking a crack.
Well, fine then.
It's okay. Let's just cut our losses and keep going, shall we?
At least I have other eye. Let's go.
I mean, you are the one that asked the giant sentient eyeball jar for help. So, you know.
It's fine. Let us go investigate the well and see if we can find any clues there.
Maybe Zana should ask Eyeballs where to find his sense of adventure, huh?
No one has to lose any other eyes again, okay?
Unless you want to.
I like my eyes, thank you.
Okay. So number 4. So yeah, you are now at 21 strength at 15 feet tall.
Oh,
My God.
It's so big.
Hope you didn't use any ASIs on the strength, dog.
I sure fucking did.
Ah, well.
It's still an improvement.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah, can you imagine being like a dex-built fighter and then all of a sudden you just get fucking 22 strength out of nowhere? That'd be insane.
A deep well plunges through the city floor into darkness. 5 crystal benches encircle it, glinting under the purple glow of a nearby street lamp.
So I'm noticing with my one eye here that the back of the benches seems to be to the well, and as if like people aren't supposed to look into it.
And the professor
Benches
pops.
around a well.
So the professor pops out and says, "Many times these hot spots of energy were used so the people of Netheril could commune telepathically to gain a greater bond within their working together."
What
So
these
These
in the well?
benches serve as their meditation benches to better influence their telepathy.
So
Well,
this
benches
is
do be crazy.
so. Shut up, Josh. So this is a nexus of communication, a public forum, I guess.
That would be a one way to describe it. That's fairly accurate.
What is in well? Water?
That I do not know.
I hope it's not.
Presumably that's what are in wells, but this place is weird, so I wouldn't put it past it to be like a well of power, a well of souls. Like, I don't know.
Spooky.
Send your
Yes.
familiar to look.
Actually, yes, that's not a bad idea. Vanta
Wait,
does
don't
have...
I have wing shoes? Couldn't I fly down the well to look?
Yeah, but you're less expendable than a familiar.
It's true. I can summon Vanta without any materials. Let's just have Vanta scout it out, and if things look good, then you can go after him.
Okay. And Vanta does have dark vision.
If you allow a Tressum to have dark vision, yes. Let me see. Double check. Yes, he has dark vision to 60 feet. He is also, according to my level 6 Psychopomp ability, he is spectral. So,
Okay.
I'll actually have him become invisible whenever he goes down.
Okay. So he flies down about 80 feet. And this is where he sees our friend the Hydra.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that
And
is a Hydra.
he is sleeping.
Does he see anything else?
Yeah, does Hydra guarding anything?
Nope. He does seem to be bonded to the link of energy in this area, but there's nothing else down there.
Well, fuck that. Yes, Spooky's like, there is a Hydra in the well. Surprise!
Then
I
don't
vote
think we
not
need to
bothering
go
it.
near the well.
I think we should go away from the well, since there is no, there's not a piece of the Octad or whatever we're calling that thing again.
Nope,
Wonder
this
if
is
you
going to be picking a fight for picking a fight, and we don't have that kind of time.
wonder if you sat on a bench, if you could meditate or whatever and talk to it. But I don't give enough of a shit for anyone to try.
Let's
No.
keep that as a last resort.
I
would-
do have Charm Monster. It's asleep.
We are looking for pieces of the Octa whatever.
You guys want pet Hydra for a
Pieces
little bit?
of the Octonaut.
How about we keep that as a sort of a backup option, and we go explore the rest of the city, see what we can find.
I wonder if I could use Hydra Eye as a replacement.
That is not how limbs and extremities work.
This is not Naruto. You cannot just pop an eyeball.
Are you sure? We don't know much about this Netherese magic yet.
They
Professor
aren't
Orb.
just plug and play.
Hey, Professor Orb.
If you want, given enough time, I can learn to reincarnate you. I can't guarantee you'll come back as a gnome, a halfling, but we could just kill you and see what pops out otherwise.
I can almost guarantee you won't be that big.
That would be the downside, yes.
Ulrin is going to step over Spooky, threatening to step directly onto her with giant foot, but he will not.
Hey, bring it, big man. I'm not scared of you.
Ulrin will pull off a boot and threaten to squash Spooky.
She starts
Children,
to,
children.
She starts to trace the runes for banishment in the air. Just like, come on, bitch, let's do this.
Let's fucking move on.
Character development. All right, I'm going to take my cat and let's go somewhere where the Hydra isn't.
Okay. So give me perception checks as you're coming out.
Hooray!
As the Hydra wakes up.
Spooky's not good at perception.
Well, it's a good thing Zana's paying attention.
Okay.
Fuck,
Yeah.
guys, come on.
So as you're coming out, you do kind of see a path of a part of this tower, basically, and based on it, you would assume when the city fell, it collapsed, and the trajectory of the city knocked it over this way, because you kind of see rubble strewn out. So you would be able to deduce that probably the section of the tower that you're needing flew out this way.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm
Well,
gonna
we should probably
point.
go look at that.
Yeah, I'm gonna point it out and be like, hey, I think over there is actually the right way to go.
Maybe the piece of the Octad is there.
And as you're passing through, you find a couple things that you could stop if you choose. There's a sort of a bazaar right here,
Yes, we should
and
find
there
these.
is a couple storefronts down here.
I cannot imagine there is someone maintaining a.
Looting.
I guess we could loot things.
Looting.
That's true.
Yes, Pestilence has the right idea. Netherese Market, Netherese Magic Goods, something worthwhile.
Yes, I
You
suppose so.
know.
Would like to see what they have.
All I'm saying is that everything that has been moving around here is in some way an affront to the gods. Let's loot.
I don't know about that, but I understand the word loot.
Since
Oh,
when
have you-
yeah.
Since when have you cared about affronting the gods, Pestilence?
Oh,
Never. I'm just saying that there aren't like honest working people here.
I see.
All right.
Unless you count the librarian guy, but he's also a mummy.
Well, not anymore.
a large market hall sits at one end of the plaza. Its four broken towers leaning inward. Faded pennants hang above the entrance, frozen stiff. A loud clatter resounds from within the hall.
let's maybe take a sneaky approach as we poke our heads in, so we're not like bumbling straight in.
I would like
Okay.
to take my invisible cat and have him go scout it out.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's have him
Okay.
do that before we even attempt to approach.
What you see in there is
Another Hydra.
it is mostly destroyed in there, but there is a headless iron golem wandering about, thrashing throughout this bazaar.
Oh fuck, it's that
Oh, is
guy.
that the other part of the other guy?
Yeah, it would be.
That is correct.
Oh shit!
Ah.
Oh, that's not good. Iron Golem. Very scary, very big.
The guy who said specifically that if we reunited his head with his body, he wouldn't listen to us?
Yeah, but he also didn't say he would hurt us.
He was very indifferent.
I don't know. I don't know if we can communicate with the body while it's headless. Is the only thing.
What if we were to put a rope around the finger or hand or whatever and just sort of guide it? Not that I'm saying we should, but I'm saying it's an option.
It
if we were
looks
to.
like it's quite angry. I don't know if we're going to be leading it.
I don't
anywhere.
know. Does it look like it's angrily thrashing around, or just like blindly trying to figure its way out?
Give me an investigation.
I would love to.
I mean, I would think after enough time it would have at least the layout memorized, unless it's just really not smart.
It does appear that it is thrashing about in search of something. And as you kind of look around more, you do kind of see that like the path leading in here was kind of thrashed. It seems like this golem is systematically trying, because there's a couple other buildings that have been kind of ransacked. It is looking for something.
Would be looking for its head.
Probably, yeah.
Well, then I suppose maybe it remembers us. Do you think it works like that?
Again, I don't know because I don't know anything about golems because I'm a turtle.
So
I don't know a lot about golems either.
They're very
don't-
large.
If we tell it where its head is, would it even know how to get there?
They are very large. They are very dangerous. So let's be careful. I mean, if we convince it that, we do have the Professor Orb with us. It might think that we are just, we are Netherese scholars. I can play the part attack, I suppose.
as
I guess
Orin
if
goes
we're-
thud thud thud.
I guess if we're okay with, well, I guess I could ask the Professor Orb this. Hey, Professor Orb, and
Yeah.
I'll just be like, hey, could you lead this thing out to its body? Can you get that far away from us? Is
No,
that a
but yes,
possibility?
I'm not attuned to any of you. I could very easily leave you. I prefer the company of people, but yes, I could
Well, I mean, it would
do
take
this
us
and then meet you back.
probably a couple hours. Would you be okay with that? And then you
Yeah,
could just
I
let.
don't,
mean,
I
I
don't
guess
see
you could
why
let me
not.
know.
We could just pick one of these towers to set up camp, and I'll meet you there.
Sounds great. What about the Abjuration Tower? That's the closest one to the ice bridge.
I meant maybe one of the more secure outside spires that are
Oh
probably
yeah,
less,
sure.
Then what
less
about...
inhabited by Nothics.
Yes, how about we go to this one that is near the bazaar? It is closest enough to where we are.
And we'll be able to
Seems
make
like
sure it is safe before you get back.
Seems like a plan.
I'm gonna label
I just
it.
need
Clubhouse.
I guess need an introduction to said scary iron golem.
Do you want me to go with you, or are you good by yourself?
Something tells me he might need some talking down, so I can do the work of getting him there, but you may need to persuade him to follow me.
All right, persuasion scores. Who's got the best one? I think it's probably Pestilence.
Probably Orin.
Persuasion is a +2 for me. I'm good at perception and performance, but not persuasion.
Yeah,
That's a solid -2 for me.
yeah. That's a -1
I have
for.
a 0.
Yeah, we do. Pestilence. Our fucking barbarian is our face. I love that.
The barbarian's always been the face.
Um.
A persuasion, I rolled a 17. That do anything for you?
Well, what do you say?
Hey, buddy.
Sorry, I was eating a Tootsie Roll.
Do you just
Um,
like pull out some lug nuts and kind of start making chirping sounds at it, like come here, come get the snacks?
I look at it and I'm like, hey, if you follow this ball, it will take you to your head.
You go,
Please do not hurt the ball.
you go up to it
And,
with two
and
bowling
it
ball. Go ahead.
and it takes a second, and it kind of looks, well, as if it had a head, it would look up at you, and it looks down, looks around. Well, if okay, as much as it mimes looking around essentially,
It has
and
the habit without the body part.
right, and so it reaches out its hands kind of blindly, and feels around, finds the professor orb, and kind of grasps it within its hand, and then the professor orb kind
Firmly
of
grasp it.
pulls it. And so it is able to escort the Iron Golem out of the bazaar and towards the caves of hunger.
All
Now,
right.
is it good that we just lost our professor orb for the next several hours?
Well,
Probably not.
I
But
mean, if we wanted
also,
to, we could take a break, but like what we've been doing mostly so far is walking around.
yeah,
yes, I mean,
we're pretty capable.
I say we just go look through all the buildings in the bazaar, catalog what we find, and then ask him about it after he gets back.
Yes, the good
Looting,
thing now is that there's
looting.
not an angry iron golem in here, and we can loot the place.
Truly, it is ideal.
So yeah, let's loot this
Yeah.
big ass building.
All these
Okay.
buildings.
So as you're looking through, all but one building are pretty ransacked and destroyed. There's not much of anything in it. I mean, I'll save you the rolls. There's nothing in them, except
Really, we'd have to make rolls to find out there's nothing in the. Jesus
yeah. That's
Christ.
what I'm saying. I'll
I've
save
had
you the
some.
time of playing.
I've had some DMs. Let me tell you.
Yeah, but this,
Could I look underneath the shelving?
yeah. But
Ugh.
this one, silken drapes hang from the walls of this storefront, their surfaces swirling with illusory images of dragon's fire and twinkling star fields. A group of emotionless figures stand guard outside, looking for all the world like frozen statues. And it is pretty well kept. Like, you would think that this place is open for business yesterday.
Of
Oh,
course,
damn.
the one place that is going to have something and it's operating. So
And
I
then
guess
it's-
we're not going to be looting.
Well, hold on now. Let's just take a look around, cautiously, of course.
So these illusory figures that are keeping watch, Olrun will approach. Do they start like flailing or anything?
Nope, they are pretty stone. They don't really pay any notice. They are standing guard, but they aren't. They aren't. You're not presenting any harm to them, so they are not moving. They're kind of just guards.
Well, they look cool.
Zana will walk up to the door and be like, can I enter?
And the Magen do not make any move towards you.
Okay, Olrun will get on his hands and knees and crawl for the door.
Okay. So
Provided that they can.
what you get when you're in there is there are 5 similar Magen that look like this. Oh, come on.
You can do. Ooh. Mr. Freeze.
And they're watching over the merchandise. More magic silk hangs in long grape throughout the interior, and it is being spun by 4 phase spiders, and they're lurking around the rafters.
Yo.
But they notice you coming in, and the spiders don't seem to. They notice you, like you can tell they see you, but they're not violent towards you. They seem to pay you no attention. They just continue their work. And in the center of this interior, there is an empty pedestal, and just fine draperies and other mannequins are around this pedestal.
Well, I hope it's not a drapery shop, because otherwise this would be entirely disappointing.
Olrun is gonna like look at one of the mages and be like, "Hello, do you understand me?"
And it looks over and it points. It looks over and looks up and points over to the pedestal.
Empty pedestal, right? I'll put a hand on the pedestal.
Okay. And as you do, an illusion of a very fine dressed human flickers up and says, "Ah, hello. My name is Silksith Mixel. Um,
Bless
please,
you.
if you choose, imagine yourself. Imagine yourself. Imagine any image your heart desires."
Okay.
Is that to any of us or just Orin with his hand on the pedestal?
And he kind of looks around, and it directed towards all of you.
Okay. Um,
I
Well,
mean,
with
I got an image. What do you want with it?
Spooky imagines the entire necropolis of Ythryn flying overhead Icewind Dale, and it is the Eternal Winter is over.
Okay. And as you're envisioning this, very fine robes are being carved around you by these spiders, and essentially, um, since this is the vision you're envisioning, it's put on your robes as if almost a tapestry of this story. But um, yeah, it's the finest robes you've ever seen, and it takes 10 minutes, and you now have fancy new robes.
Are they magical or are they just
just
nice?
really nice.
Oh. Well, all right. It's a little tacky.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not tacky, but I don't know what kind of event I would wear it to.
The word you're looking for is flashy.
Thank you.
But yeah.
Zana goes, let me try. And Zana's gonna imagine, like, I guess, like, magic symbols and wards in his head.
Okay.
As they're, like, carving these out. And just, like, the, I don't know, would I have knowledge of this? I wonder.
Well, I'll save you some time. It does present you do get these robes as well, similar, and they do contain these images and stuff, but they are not arcane, just real fancy.
Well, that stinks.
Spooky is going
So,
to
so this
actually.
doesn't produce specific clothing items that we imagine, but it produces patterns based on what we imagine, basically.
It can produce any clothing that you do. It just isn't magic.
Oh well, then
Robe.
fucking Spooky's gonna get a fucking an outfit update. Goddamn. Um, in line with her seeking to challenge Auril as a mini Frostmaiden, she's gonna get this cool set of winter themed robes and a nice hat to go along with it. And the back of the robes is gonna be basically the cover of Rush's Fly by Night, just a menacing looking eagle, an owl. And the owl's eyes will be the same color as Spooky's. Hell yeah. With a nice ice blue hat. Nice big witch hat. That's all I had.
Orin's basically gonna get something like this.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's some
solid.
Highlander shit.
Except it'll be fancy because I mean he's looking at the robes and yeah, a little fancier version of that, except without the the full sleeve armor.
Spooky's like, hey, how about that, daughter? I'm coming for you. Oh, and if they are downed, she will also have them make her a wooden owl mask.
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's purely cosmetic. So whatever you guys want to look like.
Pestilence is gonna get a jacket with everyone she's fighting against just like gored on them.
It's metal as fuck. Hell yeah.
It's got spikes and it's all black and
Everyone she hates gored.
it's just a big ass picture of Arl and then like
Oral
Oh, yeah.
roasting on a spit.
She's got like little X's for eyes.
Oh yeah.
So after we imagine these, Orin's gonna look around and be like, "So do we pay or?"
Wait.
Oh,
If-
and the Mixel comes up and says, "Oh no, the robes are free. My handiwork is advertisement enough."
I like you.
Thank you.
Alright. Well, I suppose that is good enough. And now, I like just mucking Oral with my get up. Alright, I've gotten everything I want here. She's looking very proud of herself.
Okay. So as you exit, this would be an observatory that kind of looks like the piece of the divination tower flew into.
Let's hit it up, and then we can hit the clubhouse.
Okay.
And that'll be 17 feet tall now.
I love the idea of the Professor Orb coming in here and we're just all decked the fuck out like we went to the mall and
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, we had a good time.
That is what we fucking did, isn't it? We searched this whole bazaar, and basically all we ended up with was some sweet new threads.
Look, I love me
I went
any
to
opportunity
Hot
to.
Topic, I got a t-shirt and
I
some
went
toys.
to a Netherese bazaar and all I got was this shitty t-shirt.
Look, man, I love any opportunity to describe what my character is wearing. Are you kidding me?
Meanwhile, I don't even know how to dress myself, so like,
You're better at it than I am.
This conical tower is held relatively upright by a ring of arched buttresses. Expressionless humanoid figures stand in silence around it. The roof has a large, ragged hole in which something large smashed through.
Let's swoose on in.
And as you do, the Magen, they kind of move their lances down as to block your entry.
There's a thing that crashed through your roof. We just want that, and we'll be on our way.
Yeah, surely we can discuss these.
And one of the Magen comes and he speaks telepathically to you and says, "There is a great beast in here that must be contained. The observatory is closed."
What kind of beast?
Is it bigger than me?
That is a good question.
I'm 17 feet tall and probably like over 1,000 pounds by now.
If you want, we can contain it for you, perhaps. I'm not giving
It
you
is
promises.
probably comparable to your size.
Okay, that sounds pretty big.
Just saying, I've got a spell that'll let us enchant it or entrance it, and then we can deal with it for you.
Do you happen to know exactly specifically what it is? Or perhaps you could rate its how much of a challenge it would be on a scale from 1 to 20.
There were a couple mages that were in this tower, the observatory, and they were infected by something, and it caused them to become great beasts. One of them maintained their intelligence, the other did not.
Well, I mean, we need the thing in here so we can go in and... You said...
So be
contain?
it, but if you fail, we will not hesitate to level this tower. We have contained it for many millennia even. We will not let this beast escape, so we will level this tower if you fail.
Is there, like, cages in there we could shove it into or something?
This observatory is not something to contain. It possesses a great telescope, and that is its purpose.
Okay, so we kill it. Okay.
And the Magen move their lances back and they grant you entry.
Can't be that bad, right? I mean, knock on wood, but we've gotten through quite a lot.
Elrond will squeeze on in. Whoa!
well,
Uh-huh.
And
Those are lads.
and as you come
boys.
in, the green slod yells, "What are you doing in here? We were trying to keep this contained. So let's roll some initiative."
Uh-huh. Man, if only Big Fella were here. I'll put myself back here where I am safe. What?
big
did-
fella to be like, "Hey, I met your cousin. He was a fucking asshole."
Do we still have Big Shield Garda with us?
Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah. Get him. I really have to rename him. Let's just do that now. Big Shield Gardner. Perfect. Oh, he's beautiful.
Is there a specific height at which I become a large creature or something?
I think.
Yes. I think so.
I'm currently 17 feet.
Hmm.
Let me look it up. Yeah, I think you would be large by now, because I mean, it's 10 by 10, I think logically. Yeah, I'd say you're probably large by now.
Join Big Shield Gardner.
Yeah, let's just shove him over there. Then I'll go right here. Too bad you can't resize player. Well, like the players can't.
Isaac
resize
can.
players.
Isaac can. You can't.
Yeah.
That would be too much power if we could resize our tokens.
Yeah, I imagine lots of players would be fucking with it.
You can definitely do it on the Foundry, but you do have to behave with it.
Thank you.
Look at that big boy.
I'm sure there's a way that I could probably make that permanent. I'll look at, see if I can figure
Yeah,
it out.
it's
later.
just in like the token settings or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, so the blue slot is going to go first, and he sees big boy coming in, and he is immediately drawn to that. He is going to make one bite and 2 claws.
AC 17, come at me.
Bite is a miss. Claw is a miss. Second claw does hit. And then I need a Constitution save.
Not
Okay.
20, baby.
You're not infected by the Chaos Phage.
Well, isn't that just great? You just love to hear that.
But you will take 14 slashing damage.
Ooh.
That's not terrible for where we're at.
So he moved within 10 feet of me, so he's going to take a d4 of necrotic damage from my... Oh,
Okay.
actually, it's way more. I'm dumb. It's a d6. Alright, 2 damage.
Okay. Ulrund, it's your turn.
Okay, let's get mad. And let's start swinging an axe at him. Nope.
That does not hit. Oh shit, I just realized your Great Axe of Convenience is growing with you, so I can't even be like, oh, you bitch, you can't.
Nope.
Damn it. Second
No,
one does hit.
Convenience of
Everything
it.
just works out for Brandon's
It
character.
Just works.
It's like there's like 5 or 6 times he could have died by now, and he didn't, cause it just works out.
That time Soul Rune almost instantly died to the spike trap. Literally
Yes.
literally one more point of damage and I would have been instantly fucking killed.
Oh, that would have been so fucking funny. Sunless
What?
Citadel.
No.
Sunless Citadel's mean, man.
Okay. Spooky, you're up.
Oh yeah, and we are going to be casting Spirit of Guardians. Cast this at level 4. But we're going to shitty upper level cast. La 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 la, around me 15 feet of duration, yada yada yada. Designate any creatures I choose, all my friends to not be affected by it. And when the creature enters the first time or starts its turn there, it needs to make a wisdom save or do necrotic damage, yada yada yada. I'll be taking 48 damage because I cast it at 4th level. I'm gonna give myself a nice little aura, and that will be my turn.
Okay.
Don't worry.
What's
Next
the range? So he's in it now, right? Yeah. So he
Yes,
started.
I've got my little aura here.
my next
What's
character
the save
will
again?
It is a Sorry.
Does get a 17.
17, yes. My save is 17. The spell save on my card is wrong.
Okay. It is a 17 is what he rolled, so he will not take it initially.
Got it.
Oh, it's still
He takes half.
still takes half. Okay.
So he takes 10 necrotic.
Okay.
The next character I play will not be an impulsive fool, so they will not be the one to touch all the things and get all the things.
I mean, the next character you'll be playing is Soul Rune, so...
Oh,
we-
well, never mind then.
Well,
she's
hold
not...
on. She's in the same party as Ninny, so...
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be...
Ninny's impulse control is very low.
So it's probably going to be more like 75-25, like 75% of the time Nenny, 25% Soul Rune.
I'd say that's fine.
And Arctos is just gonna be shaking. He's gonna have like neck pains from shaking his head so much.
Alright.
And it is going to hurl flame. Well, actually, it is not going to hurl flame because as a slot it would know better. So the green slot is going to run around and one bite does hit and one nope. Okay.
Can slots infect each other with the Chaos Phage?
That's so funny.
Okay, Zana, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna blight this guy.
Fuck him up, fuck him up.
Cast blight. Yeah.
Nope, not the green slot, the blue
That
slot.
damage, bro. 2, 2, 2, 4, 6, 1.
Look, not every...
Yeah.
It
Not every
does
roll's a good
fail.
one.
All right. Let's see here. So it's 8d8 necrotic damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just 8d8 necrotic damage for it.
Okay. Big Shield Guard, no.
We're gonna have...
Hey, look at the square of large boys we got going on.
Blue Boy is gonna get pat. 20 and a 21.
Oh,
That
yeah.
does both of those hit.
Pat for 19 bludgeoning.
Okay. Pestilence.
Alright, just gonna move around here so that we're gonna have a flanking. So that'll put it at advantage, and then I'm gonna rage and hit with my flame, whatever, longsword. 21, 25.
Yep, both those hit. Oof.
Oh god, that is, let's see,
That is tasty.
26, 32,
11
37.
plus 26, 37, yeah.
Okay. Oof. He's not looking so hot. But on his turn,
Au contraire,
he-
he's taking fire damage, so he's looking very hot.
He's taking, let's get that,
Oh.
save. Wisdom save.
What?
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The thing earlier.
12, so it does fail.
48 necrotic, 24 necrotic.
He is dead.
Haha! Spirit Guardians! Woo! Again, just the good old hands from the graves drag him partially underground.
And the green slot will polymorph into its humanoid form and go back to the telescope and begin tinkering, and you all are loose from initiative.
Oh, he was friendly?
Yeah, he was attacking
It was attacking the blue slot.
Huh. Guess
It
that's how
was-
much I was
the-
paying attention. Alright. Why am I highlighted in the yellow square? How did I do that?
You might be highlighting over your name in the turn order.
That's
It highlights you with the yellow square.
Well, and now the turn order's gone, so I'm just highlighting myself now, I guess. That's fine.
Hey, you, the two questions. One, we are looking for a thing that fell through your roof, and two, do you know of any powerful magic items around here that we could use?
The green slot just kind of points over to the rubble in the corner, or not corner because it's cylindrical, but in that area, and then says, "Just been working on my telescope, trying to reverse the polarity, so I can get a message out, so the Netherese wizards can come and save the city."
I don't think there are anymore.
Yes, I hate to break it to you, but sort of a shortage of Netherese wizards in the last 1,000 or so years.
Well, I choose to maintain hope, but take your junk and get out.
Okay. I mean, this is your business, bud.
You're welcome for putting down your colleague.
It's fine. I was containing him. His madness descended years ago.
I do have a proposal for you if you will listen. We seek the demise of the lich that holds dominion over this place, and
Do we though?
I personally do. We could do so much better with the city than he can. Not to mention, he stands between us and the Mythalar. That brings me to my second point. It is my wish to use the Mythalar to take care of our own problems, but in the process, I would certainly like to see this city brought back to its former glory. Perhaps getting it airborne again. So,
I will not hinder you, but I cannot help you. I do serve Uriel Larthus. And while he has been fairly absent as of late, I cannot work actively against him.
well, I appreciate your honesty, I suppose.
Would you serve us if we took over the city?
If it was what was best for the city of Ythryn, then yes.
I think you would be pleasantly
Cool.
surprised.
Okay, let's sift through this rubble.
Okay. And as you're sifting through, you do find a chunk of wall that bears the symbol of divination. And underneath the symbol, it does say third. A burnt palm loosens the tongue. Shed a secret about yourself for all to hear.
Let's throw that straight at Zana.
Yes!
Like, I can't. It's too dark. It's too.
Nope. Throw it at Zana. Throw it. We all told the secret.
Zana's gonna walk out. Zana's like,
history,
"No,
he will let you remind. I mean, he's not there, but his words. It's kind of like Professor Oak. You can't use that here. The octet has to be performed. The octet has to be
No, I
performed
can't.
at the entry.
God damn it.
So if he tells you a secret here, it's not a secret anymore.
Yeah, and Ulrin will just look at the rest of the party and be like, well, I don't really have... I have stories of things I've done, but that's not really secrets.
I think there's pretty much nothing all of you don't know about me by now.
I still have secrets, but those are my business. You got my one.
You get to the thing. You get to the tower, and to unlock that part of the octet, Pestilence just takes her shoes off, and there's a sixth toe.
yeah, that tracks."
I was sipping Sprite, you asshole. Almost.
We're supposed to like plan our lives around your Sprite sipping.
So, wow, that's fucking great. All right. Well, then let's. So it's Spooky will pocket this part of the octet.
Cool, let's go to the clubhouse. And wait
Right.
for our spherical friend.
Mm-hmm. Octet.
It's our very own. What's it called? From Halo.
Our guilty spark.
Yeah, he's our own guilty spark.
All right. So what are we doing inside Clubhouse?
Making sure
Waiting
it's
for
safe.
circle.
Yeah, is there any sign of any inhabitants or loot or anything in here?
Nope, it's fairly empty. It's kind of just makeshift outposts.
Huh. Okay.
We take. I guess. Well, we don't really need a short rest, do we?
No.
I've used one whole spell slot now.
I used a rage and took 14 points of damage.
I've
I'm
used a couple,
basically-
but I'm good for now.
In fact,
Okay.
I'll just, for shits and giggles, use a cure wounds on myself.
I'd say 3 hours is fair for the orb to return, so that would be hours 8 and 9 here.
Hey, look at that! I'm 21 feet now.
My
God.
God.
If you're 21 feet, you've maxed out, so you have 23 strength and you've maxed out.
Fucking hell.
I like the idea that Ulrin, at one point, while he thinks nobody's looking, just like pulls his pants out a little bit and just kind of goes, "Damn it!"
It grows proportionally. That means nothing.
Right. But I'll say this too, since you are spending time there, you are able to kind of get to the top of the spire and kind of scout out a little bit more. And so what you see is that dome-looking thing is kind of it's made of crystal, and it does appear to be kind of like an aviary or a menagerie.
That's neat.
I wonder if we
The
could find
small,
something to eat in there.
the small building, well, smaller building, kind of a little bit to the southeast of that, is a theater. And I believe that is actually everything on the west side of the map.
Cool.
Could you imagine? We get this city airborne. We establish some sort of permanent teleportation circle in one of the 10 towns, and we just have this paradise of arcane study and research just freely available.
Or we get it airborne. We tell no one and invite no one. And then we have the perfect place.
For just the 4 of us, an entire city?
Yeah.
Well, and a mummy.
I mean, yeah, and the mummy. You have a... You...
4 friends and a mummy.
You, Miss
Or
Pestilence, have...
sitcom.
You, Miss Pestilence, have a dreadfully limited field of vision, I believe, with city
I
planning.
guess that
No,
is
that's-
another thing you've noticed, kind of looking out over the streets. You have seen various small patches of movement from various Nothics.
Not terribly worried about, like, individual
4
Nothics.
friends, a mummy, and some Nothics.
Is that why like the hourly stuff is like so closely kept in this? Is like Nothic locations?
I think it's probably
I-
less that and more, well... I don't want to make assumptions now that I start talking.
You're getting... you'll see.
Okay, that's awful. Well, I'm gonna leave it at that then.
So Professor Orb comes back. What news
Yep.
does he bring?
Says, I was able to unite the iron golem with its head. He was very happy, as happy as a golem can be. To which he proceeded to literally make a straight tunnel all the way to the surface.
That's probably not very good, but also something we cannot deal with at the moment.
Sounds like not my problem.
Well,
What are we, the only ones in the world who are allowed to be strong? That's
not-
somebody else's.
Yes, maybe Drist is in town. Maybe he can use the warm up. Who knows?
Orrin's
Maybe
gonna-
who knows? Maybe it'll find Lufir.
So I know that the
Oh,
like
God, I hope
temporary magical effect of like Ulrin being just like super best buddies with Pestilence is over, but he's gonna look down and be like, you know, if I wasn't 21 feet tall, I might just think I'm starting to like you.
Hmm.
But as it is, I don't think it could work.
Are you making a pass at her?
Yeah, buddy, I think you're a little too big for me, you know?
I mean, look at
Hey.
her. I believe she has to be at least something like. I mean, I'm not making any assumptions, but like, you know, I don't know if well, I don't know.
You don't know my business.
No, I don't know your business. That is very true.
I'm also 21 feet tall. I was
Are
just
you-
saying.
Are
Is
you-
is a
That's
moot
somebody's
point.
thing, but I will let you know it's
I
not
just-
mine.
I'm just saying. I'm saying is moot point.
Pestilence strikes me as like some kind of sapphic at least.
I don't fucking know. I didn't go that far in character writing. I'm not
No,
planning on
Ulrin-
writing a romance into this story.
Hell no. Ulrin just saying, for sake of saying, that Pestilence pretty solidly in line with his worldview.
Good
So, like-
people.
Not our problem that everyone on the surface is a fucking pussy.
Look, man, somebody else out there's got to be as strong or stronger than us who wants to deal with that.
You know what? Let's go with a platonic bro fist. Oren will cautiously lower his giant fist down towards Pestilence.
If it becomes a problem, I'm sure Big Fella will hear about it and he'll find a way to fix it.
One of those
Using his
platonic
carpentry.
marriage pacts where if we're not married by the time we're 40, we'll just do it anyway.
I don't think
Exactly.
that's gonna end well, but okay.
No, I don't think Pestilence would agree with you enough to make one of those.
That too. That's fine. Oren doesn't want to be tied down. Anyway.
Now that we have finished divvying out the rights in the polycule,
Who invited you?
well, that's not very nice. I didn't want to be invited anyway. Anyway. Well, I like as much as I like exploring these things, it does behoove us to get all the pieces of the octet figured out as soon as possible, right?
Yes, and given Auril has sent tribespeople after us, who knows what else she has brewing.
I don't know, but
I did miss one, sorry. Right here in this area roundabout is the Necromancy Tower.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, let's go there next.
I do love the Necromancy Tower. I would love to see what they have. That's sort of my favorite school of magic.
Creepy,
Oh,
but okay.
It's not creepy. Necromancy isn't just
No,
raising
it's
the dead.
spooky.
Yes, thank you. Necromancy isn't just the study of death and undeath, it's also the study of life. Cure Wounds and Healing Word are both necromancy spells. Actually, I think Healing Word is evocation.
I don't think that either of those things are true.
It used to be true, okay? In 3rd edition, it was a necromancy spell.
Third edition of what?
Kidding. But listen,
the quarter rule book of magic and things.
necromancy is not just the study of death, it is the study of life and how death can affect it. It's a beautiful study, really. You just have to give it some time. I mean, how much of
It's really only supposed to affect it in one way, though.
Zana, you literally summon and control fungus, the very essence of death itself, and decay.
Yes, but it kills things and then they're dead for good. It
Also,
doesn't.
mushrooms are cool and neat.
Mushrooms are cool and neat, thank you, but that has nothing to do with necromancy.
Well,
so
fine. I'll just do
Some of them very good in salad. Other ones very good as poison.
And whenever I'm making good money as a coroner after all of this, I will be laughing at all of you. Anyway, let's go to the necromancy tower.
Somna still doesn't understand the concept of money, so sure.
So the remains of this toppled tower, yeah, it's the one that's laying down, that's what I thought. The remains of this toppled tower lie scattered around you, its fractured base protruding from the ground like a broken tooth. It is teeming with crawling gray hands.
Fuck yeah.
So as you enter, there are 200 crawling claws that are working tirelessly to try to excavate the tower's ruins.
Somna's just going to motion at this and be like, "See what I mean?
Oh,
This is what I'm talking about."
They just need a strong guiding hand to tell them.
Not a
where to
good
go.
joke.
It wasn't even a joke. Look, it might look disgusting, but that's because you have a very limited view about what is beautiful.
Oren's gonna take one step and accidentally squish 2 of them.
Okay.
Oh no, my cousins!
And as you are standing around, oh, I need to make that red still. As you're standing around, you do see a figure staring glumly down at the tower, and it is just a ghost of a man looking down into the debris.
Oh?
Speak with dead time, baby.
Yeah, he is. It's definitely a ghost, but he's just kind of staring down with a glum expression.
Spooky
He pays no attention to you. He just continues to look.
Spooky kind of cracks her knuckles, and she's like, "Allow me." Spooky's going to approach the ghost.
Actually, while you're doing that, I have a thought. How intact is the tower itself from like base to like here, where it's obviously fractured?
It is from base to fracture is fine, but it's probably just ground level only. There's really nothing there.
And how tall is that? Would you say?
I would say it's comparable to the others, like this. So
Yeah, but
Let me see if it actually gives a height on any of them. It does not. So I'm going to go ahead and say, in comparison to the spire, and the spire was about 4 stories, so I'd say they're 3 stories because they're a little bit smaller than the spires.
Okay, you know what I'm thinking? That's an absolutely horrible, stupid fucking idea, but I
hesitate to wonder, but let's go for it.
So I'm gonna kind of brusquely scoot, like with the palm of my hand. I'm gonna scoot like corral Spooky towards the hands. Like, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We scoop up all these hands. You tell them what to do. They help at the base of the tower while I pick up a broken piece here and stand it back up.
I can play shepherd, sure.
So I'll like in a similar fashion. I'll like scoop up as many hands as I can and like corral them towards the base of the tower while you talk to them.
Spooky doesn't have number one. Speak with Dead only works on corpses with with mouths, but I'm assuming these are like undead hands or something like to that effect. So I kind of want to. I don't have a specific spell for this, but if I can like lean on Spooky's just general attenuation to like the dead and the thing of death in general, and kind of try to corral them, so to speak, I guess.
Get them to help prop up.
And influence them and try to command them.
Yeah,
well, I pick up this motherfucker from like whatever is practical from like the midpoint or at the very end here to try to prop this thing back up.
And as you're kind of communicating with the hands, one comes up kind of cousin it style, or not cousin it thing, thing.
Yes.
Thing style, and he just kind of runs up and he gives a point to the bottom of the debris where they're all digging at, and so you look over and the ghost kind of gives an approving nod.
Or imagine it does that, South Park, Cartman, taco flavored kisses, that thing with the fucking hand.
God, yeah.
I wonder if they could communicate with us like that.
Just draw a little mouth on it and suddenly... I mean, magic mouth is a spell. I don't have it, but it is a spell.
Magic mouth and then talk with dead.
What that magic mouth, dude?
Oh, yuck.
Oh, boy, howdy. I'm so glad to play games with you, Josh. You're a light in my life, and I treasure you.
Okay, let me know when you're good for me to start pushing this thing back up.
Okay. Spooky commands them to help Big Fella, Oren. I miss him already. Oren in the effort.
Okay. Is anybody else partaking in the dig?
I'll lend a hand.
Haha, funny because hands. Oh, you know what? I also have a. Do I have a shovel? Shit, Oren doesn't have a shovel.
I guessed her.
You're also 20 feet tall and have massive hands. I don't think a shovel's strictly necessary anymore.
Yeah, but it would be proportionally as big as me.
Anybody digging? Give me a D10 roll. Except Ulrin, you can do a D20.
But I'll roll a 1, so it's okay.
Zana will come dig. Zana does his best, literally.
As good as he could possibly do.
Spooky's more of a managerial kind of role.
So that is 10, 23, 29, and 34. Okay, and one more time. Or, well, I guess before you do, I'll count these rolls if you do them. But basically, so the first
I rolled as bad as I could have.
To get that, it is 2 hours to get to that point, and that is enough to take it. So it is a total of 4 hours that you spend digging.
That's not terrible.
Digging on our own digging.
And about halfway through that, I need...
Perception checks?
At hour 12, I need... Constitution saving throws.
Oh no.
Oh, that's bad. Not good. 15. Oh, come on, baby. Those are pretty good rolls.
Is the Necropolis doing some spooky shit?
And so everybody's good except Zana.
Oof.
Oh no.
When have I heard those words before?
And so your skin begins to clam up, and you begin to see delusions, and the professor orb pops out and says, "Oh, you don't look so good. Oh, this kind of looks like the arcane blight. If you
Well,
don't get that
that's
that taken care of, you're gonna become a Nothic."
Oh no!
Isn't that usually a very long process?
Uh, it could, given the accelerated arcane magic in here, it could. Let me do math to see how long best case scenario it could be.
Shake a magic
It,
8 ball.
it it could be up to. Okay, so this is how the mechanics work. Because I don't, the math is hard. Whenever you do a long rest, you repeat the save. On a successful save, the arcane blight drops by 1d6. If the DC reaches 0, the creature is immune, and yada yada. If you fail 3 saving throws, you transform into a Nothic.
Oh, you got 2 more, buddy.
It's like 8 hours per long rest.
So
It's like
the
24
rest
hours.
the rest of you give me d6 rolls, and you guys will need to keep track of this because it's a lot for me too.
Hey.
3.
Okay. That is what your spell save for your next repeat of the Arcane Blight will be. Minus 15 minus that, so.
Oh, so we're becoming more resistant to it?
No. Yeah. The more you save, the more you're resistant to it. Once this hits 0, you cannot contract the Arcane Blight.
I cannot contract it because my DC is now 9, and I
Yeah.
will at least get a +9 on my saves, so I'm fine.
Okay, yeah, just go ahead and write it off then. You're good.
So DC 12 for me and DC 13 for him. Okay.
Ulrin just fucking flexes and is like, I'm
And
not gonna become a
Ja-
Should
little
I
bitch.
just
and John-
roll them now?
I think
I
it's
mean, that's
that's
still fun.
that's probably what the timer is for our
That is
going
what
around the
it's for,
place. Yeah. Do we still have any of those potions of greater restoration that we could totally use on Ulrin anytime he misbehaves?
Correct.
Unfortunately, you guys can't fucking reach my mouth anymore unless I collapse.
I have wing shoes.
Would one of those potions get rid of the thing that's gonna turn me into a Nothic?
Well,
Hello?
yeah. That's what I'm going for here. So with that being said, like Spooky's like,
Yeah, but you still have at least 2 more saves. Let's hold.
let's not
Well,
do
it's
that.
an hour.
Rude.
It's an hour to get to another location, and there's what 7 other towers to get to.
Oh my god.
No. 6, because you actually do, after you finish this dig, stuff happens and you do get the necromancy stuff. So, at the end of those 4 hours, you do find a corpse, and the hands take off with it, and the ghost is laid to rest
Cool.
as they begin to bury it in a proper burial ground.
Farewell, friend. Thank you for your assistance.
And once they do, I'm gonna
And
scoop those hands back up and force them to help me put this building up right.
underneath the corpse, or where the corpse was an inscription in Draconic that reads, "Seventh, trace a circle with the ashes of the dead."
So
You got some ashes?
We will need some ashes. I mean, there are plenty of dead. I mean, is one of the hands still here?
Yeah, you could probably grab one.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna pick one up.
I mean, there's a
and,
couple
like,
hundred, so yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I'll
Spooky
pick
will
one up and like smash it, and you can carry it, and we can burn it later.
Thank you for your service, little one. We will make good use of your body in the future. And she will pocket the dead hand.
So yeah. Also, let's arbitrarily stand this tower back the fuck up. We did excavate a hole, so that'll help. We can basically plant the base into the hole. So yeah, I'm a heave ho and bring this bitch up right.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and just give me a An athletics check.
Yes. Oh, dude, lift with your knees, lift with your knees.
Yeah, not quite enough.
I'll set it down before I fucking risk toppling it over. You know what? Maybe given circumstances, we just hurry along to Conjuration Tower.
I'm fine with that. Zana, how are you feeling?
Not too good.
We'll take care of you, I promise. We just need to be smart about this.
If you happen to turn into Nothic, would you prefer we, wink wink, take care of you?
He's not going to turn into a Nothic. We will take care of it before that happens.
Okay, I understand. Wink.
Don't mind him, Zana. We'll take care of you, I promise.
Why is it everywhere we go, I end up almost dying?
It sort of comes with the territory to being
Or
adventurous.
actually die and have to be brought back to life.
That
So-
was a little weird.
Somehow, you are very unarmored for a creature made mostly of armor.
So I think, given we spent 14 hours down here, we hit Conjuration and Abjuration, then Long Rest, because otherwise we're gonna be like exhausted.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. We're also approaching time.
Yeah.
So, like get started on one before we call it.
Let me take a look real quick.
Curious about the Tusk building, but given our time constraints, yeah.
Okay. Time constraint, I would say it's a little meta, but not really. If we want to do Conjuration first, we should wait till next week. If you could probably fit Abjuration.
Hey, look, somehow Abjuration looks slightly closer. Let's go to Abjuration first.
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Something about Netheri's time dilation.
Okay. This tower reaches upward like a talon, its stonework studded in chiseled runes. A blue light shines from the highest window.
Ooh.
Zip on in.
Okay, I
Wanna swing?
need hold on. Okay. I need an intelligence saving throw.
Haha, I'm
From
good at
Orin?
those.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, I rolled a 19.
Wow.
Oh, now I crit succeed.
Oh, is this from everybody?
Nope, just the first one that came in.
Oh, never mind.
Well-
Wow.
Speedy Zana actually just nudged Ulrin out of the way.
Okay.
Yes, the only time Zana's been fast in his life.
So, yep, you were able to successfully save against a glyph for the symbol insanity.
Aw. So we don't get a "Welcome to my fucked up mind" episode.
Yeah. And as you get in here,
Yeah. As I step on that and it kind of fizzles away, Owen's gonna turn to the party and say, "You know what? Maybe someone else will go in first next time."
all right, a huge anvil chiseled with vivid blue runes rests in the center of a 30-foot diameter, 30-foot high circular chamber. Resting atop it is a hammer adorned with matching runes. 6 armored figures. Oh,
You can do it.
and that is Deimos Magen.
I like that name.
Guard around the anvil. At the rear of the chamber, the frozen corpse of a wizard lies in the pile of rubble. Blue flames flicker from braziers. I always have to not say braziers.
Braziers.
Yeah.
Yep, very, very different
Braziers
things.
spaced around the room, illuminating a carved inscription on the ceiling.
What do it say?
It is illegible.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
It said, and if you look up, you will see that gullible is written on the roof.
I had
Where
a
did
teacher
this...
that literally wrote gullible on the roof of her classroom
That's
just so she
hilarious.
could get a one up on people.
What did...
But
Does this
but
rubble look like it came from where the inscription was, maybe?
no, that is not. But as you approach because the inscription is directly over the anvil and hammer, and as you approach that, the anvil speaks and says, "Bring me your items of power, and together we shall destroy them."
Fuck you.
Hell no, we've barely got any of these as it did. No, okay, fine. What's something I can give up? What's something that I'm not using?
The alchemy
anymore?
thing?
Fuck you, that's my mayonnaise jug. What if I need
Whatever,
mayonnaise?
bitch.
We're cutting costs in our future sandwich shop.
I wonder if I'm not giving the amulet of health is the only reason that Spook is still alive.
I'm gonna put my hand axe on the thing.
Your non-magical hand axe.
Yeah, I have a hand axe. I have a great axe, which is my guitar, which I'm not giving up,
I think
and my sword.
I think the implication is that we have to give up something powerful like magic.
Oh well, then we have the ice dagger if we're willing to say goodbye.
Oh,
I mean,
there's that, and Spooky also has that spirit, the oral spirit crystal. Although I kind of want to hold on to that too for reasons, because I kind of forgot what it does.
we could just try smashing the hand axe and see what happens.
I'm using the Staff of Charming and the Wand of the War Mage. The Lens of Minute Seeing I'm also using. What about the Broken Psi Crystal? I'm not getting a use out of that. Still a magic item, technically.
Anna looks at the professor's
So, Em, are
stone.
you putting the hand axe on there?
I was trying, but I'm not getting any feedback from if anything
Is
happens.
this just a regular hand axe?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Alright, I pick it up and put down the ice dagger.
Okay. And you strike it with the hammer on the anvil?
Mhm.
Okay. So you strike it once, and the inscription up top reads, "First shield thy."
Okay, well that's part of it.
So we need another.
The ice dagger's still intact.
Oh.
Hit it again.
Dude, I hit again.
Okay, and you hit it again, and the next part reads, "Heart with a..."
Hit.
Okay. And finally, the ice dagger does shatter, and it is sucked into the void as the inscription reads, "First shield thy heart with the wand from the nether oak." And as you do this, as you do this, the Deimos Magen, they all phase out.
Would Spooky have the know-how to craft a wand from the nether oak?
Yeah.
Okay. Probably be doing that whenever we take a long rest.
Which will be relatively soon, game
Yup.
time
But
wise.
in their place, sensing the destruction of great magical items and the presence of new magical items,
Uh-oh.
is a tomb tapper.
Oh my fucking
And that's where
god.
we're gonna
I
that's
don't
where
like
we're gonna end
that.
this week.
Well, shit.
I don't like that at all.
To be continued meme.
You know, I had fucking like a horror ambience playlist going while we were exploring that place, and just as that thing appeared, it had one of those like little screeching metal things going on. And I'm just like, well, great.
I love that this thing has a mouth on its stomach. Mmm.
Yum yum.
Incidentally, do we hit level 10 or not yet?
Let me see.
I love Hero Forge. I do not like how anything that you leave is like a shade of white looks unpainted.
So we did 1, 2, 3, 4. No, you did not. Oh wait, no, I forgot about the Arboretum. Yep, so you did hit 8 mile. Yep, so you are at level 10.
Hooray!
Hey.
All right.
Right? Let me double count to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Yeah, you completed 8. Yeah. So you're good.
Cool. Now we're
Hallelujah.
better equipped to fuck this thing up next week.
Well, right on. Well, thank you for DMing Isaac, as always.
Thank you for playing.
Man, talk about red. This place fucking rules. I like this place. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's a fun chapter.
Mm. Would you like me to roll Pestilence's hit die?
Sure. I'm probably gonna go take a bath so that I can go to sleep.
Okay. All right. That'll put her at 115 hit points. Look at that.
I get another 5th level spell.
Same.
Yay.
I took scrying.
I've not looked at the list yet. I know exactly what I'm taking. I didn't take it last time, so I have to take it this time.
Mm-hmm.
I get 3rd level spells now. Yay!
We're taking
That's all
Awaken.
good.
I'm gonna start waking shit up.
Just do what the
What the
What-
Frost Druids have been doing.
Thank you.
I mean, they said it was cool, so.
Mhm. I'm gonna build Necromancer Spooky and see if I like it, and if I do, then I might get with you on swapping Isaac, if that's okay.
Yeah. No, it's fine by me.
It's as soon as I like, cause as soon as I saw that fortune telling thing, I was like, "Are you fucking like really?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah." Probably wouldn't be that painful of a transition anyway. I mean, most of the stuff I would get, I'd probably have anyway. So okay. Well, we will pick that up later. Well, then I'm gonna scoot, and I will see you guys next week.
Yep,
Bye-bye.
time to go feed my Super Auto Pets addiction.
That reminds me to go back to Cookie Clicker. All right. Oh,
I'm gonna go play Animal Crossing
fuck yeah.
on my Nintendo Wii.
So quick thing. That you don't have to stay here for this, but this will mark the 20th session of Rime of the Frostmaiden, which means that this is now tied for our second, tied for our longest campaign.
Dang.
So yeah, it's tied with Descent and Avernus for 20 sessions. So,
That's
jeez.
wild.
Oh,
And then Josh fucking assassinated Isaac, so it could not exceed.
nah, I have a feeling we're gonna go over 20. So that's rad. Look at that progress. Not progress, but you know.
Also,
change.
you have a feeling we're gonna go over 20? Yeah, if we keep playing.
It was. I was just being silly.
Even if we were to die next session, it'd be like 20.5 sessions, so it'd still exceed.
I think we're actually missing one in Avernus for some reason. I don't quite remember, but
Are we having like technical difficulties and it actually only recorded your side of it? And
But-
it didn't record anybody
I-
else's side?
I think
And
that.
then, do you really consider Avernus to have had any sessions before I joined?
Oh, come on. Yeah, I absolutely can, because we had the Five Guys moment before that, and that will forever be one of the greatest moments to ever happen to this group, in my honest and humble opinion.
I don't know. We sure do talk about cloacas a lot.
All we talk about anymore.
Like, I'm gonna be in my everyday life and somebody's gonna point out something with a cloaca and I'm gonna go, cloacas, and they're gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
Welcome to my fucked up mind.
Alright, well, anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Good night.
skip.
Good night, friend.
Later,
Yeah,
folks.
y'all have a good night.